Llama. Okay, going live a little bit early, just so I can get some audio checks done and whatnot. So, don't have to be here for this. Probably a little while before the actual game starts. But I like being prepared. I just realised I don't even have the same Twitch name anymore, so the save search I had for my username ain't gonna work on my TV. That's fucking annoying. There we go. Right, so that's now up. Thank you, Commander Dirty, for the follow for about 13 minutes ago, and Scruff for yesterday. I've got nothing set up in terms of casting or stream or blah blah blah, you know, that bullshit. Settings. Let's just up this a bit, shall we? Options. Now there was something for audio, wasn't there? So open mic. Can't remember that one. I might have to wait for Ashy B to turn up for that one. I'll have to double check when he gets here. Right, now hopefully when they do rock up, I can possibly get that checked. Let's see. That's live, that's fine, that's fine. See if I can grab someone quickly. Should be a good game tonight, hopefully. Well, I'm hoping anyway. There's always a chance it ends up being a complete and utter fucking disaster. Just the volumes. That should be fine. What time is it? Okay, so we've got another 23 minutes before the actual game starts. So, what have we got so far? We have one game, well, one best of two coming up, and that is going to be the Badlads versus Team. Yeah, those two. Who the fuck came up with that team name? Like, seriously. What moron? I bet it was Thomas. It was Thomas or James. It had to be one of the two of them. But they're actually a bit of a wild horse, Team because they've actually got some pretty strong players in there. Head is one of the players who was basically relegated from core to support, I believe, in the in-houses. Whether he can still play core, I'm not allowed now. And you also had Llama, who's a similar position. So it should be interesting. No, I still says starting soon. Let's go to a different overlay, shall we? What shall we go with? What shall we go with? You have one, I believe. Let's get rid of it. I might have got rid of it. Whoopsie. Yeah, I think I did get rid of that screen. Had that on the last one, basically Anakin, Emps talking, you know, that one. Fuck it. What can you do, hey? Now we just chill out, let people congregate if they want. We've got time. Could actually create one. Let's see what we can find. Can I meme this up very quickly? I'm not great at fucking art or any of that sort of bullshit, so this is going to be a very quick piece of crap. Let's see, where are they? Do, 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 do. Keep the dog in that one, just because I like the dogs. Dog's cute. Now, can I very quickly create something very scuffed? Image, background, da da da. And let's add another image. Okay, I can't see my screen yet, luckily enough. Yeah, let's go with that name. Fuck it. We rage whilst pooping. Thomas, if he joins. Hope he hasn't forgotten. Do I actually have an image of mine to handy? Not sure if I do. I might do. Let's have a look. Pictures. Oh dear God, dare I use it? It's a passport photo. Fuck me. No, we don't use that. We'll do what we do with the others. Remove that. So, yeah, remove that. Image. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So now we are just waiting for everyone to join. So I suspect they're probably going to be a couple minutes late, because no doubt everybody's late at some point. You know, there was a discussion about a stand-in, I believe. I'm not fully sure who the stand-in's for. The cool Llama who was after the stand-in, or was it Larry Llama? It was one of the two. Let's see if we can find it. Can we find it? Okay, because Larry Llama was, so not cool Llama. Okay. I don't get how people go live early. It just means faffing about for fucking 15 minutes just talking complete bollocks. So, let's bring over to Lagoon TI. This is why we're all here. This is the tournament we're all waiting for. I honestly don't know who my favourite is for this tournament. It's a bit of a wild one. You've got the obvious favourites with Mancaf, Jeff. To a certain extent now, you've got a 5'4", 3-inch 1 billionaires. Their new additions have actually made them surprisingly stronger. But then you've also got the wild cards, I would say, the ones that are they're slightly favourites, one of the favourite teams, which is took off the Dota with the addition of NPR, who was arguably probably the best offlaner for the last tournament. Despite being a renowned apparent coward, which is ironic coming from me, I know. But you've also got the likes of Wogan's winners. Hellboy obviously being a proficient carry player, who'd be playing mid actually, with Wogan on the carry, so a bit confused as to why they didn't do it the other way around. Maybe they thought Hellboy mid, given the most advantage there. James we shall talk about shortly. Then you've got the 4 newcomers, one of which is actually a returning newcomer, the George Foreman plus Grill, containing the one and only Scotty Dotes, a legend team. We've got Granny's Cookies. Never heard of them. Like the artwork. The other 2 have got what appears to be cats. I can't tell if that's a cat or a rat at the bottom one. Or something shaved anyway. In Bingus Academy and Stinky's Holy Warriors. The other teams, you've got the Eye Shitters, the Goon Fellas, the Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Team Stray, the Badlads, Team Spherical, and Goon, who are outliers. You never know what's going to happen. They could upset anybody, all you need is one bad game. Should be fun. It should be fun. Now, I reckon anybody that turns up late should instantly get... I'm really quiet. Okay, I can fix that. Alright, let's have a look, Where's my settings? Groz, is that any better? You want more? Okay. How about now? Triple it. Jesus Christ, my audio on the mic for OBS is now pretty much maxed out. If I go any further, it will redline, so I might have to do something in Discord. Mic boost enabled in Discord in Windows. Let's have a look. Didn't even know that was a thing, so let's have a look. Just input, here we go. Okay, so any of this any better? Okay, so I've literally taken Discord all the way down, so it detects pretty much everything. OBS is maxed out, so you're probably actually going to detect a lot of my breathing now, which is kind of annoying, even with the suppression. You can hear me. Okay, that's better then. Oh god, I have to turn my TV down because I can hear in the reverb. That's kind of annoying. Okay, so hopefully we're all good. We've got audio set up. We're in the lobby. Waiting on Ashwin and Thomas to join. It's hard not to. The mic's like literally right next to my mouth so you can hear it. I'm not a loudspeaker. I'm quite quiet. I'll tell you what I'm going to try. Let me just try something. Hang on. Okay, so what I've done is I've moved the mic a bit away from my mouth, but I'm going to try and talk a bit louder because it is just me and my dad in the house at the moment. And I'm closing the door so we haven't got any issues with him hearing me shouting and screaming and what that sort of bollocks. I'm not as loud as what Ted is. I can turn Ted down to like 1 on my volume for my TV and it still echoes through the house. That guy is ridiculously loud. I don't know how he does it. Oh, okay. I got a message from the Enthused. Right. Dotes. Dotes. Oh, I can see the team start to form. Bird, Kxavic, Nutkin, Jesper, Rocket. Hello, no Chuck. Or Notch. Matey Potato, welcome. Let's swap over to our transition screen. I've spent time doing this. That took me a whole 5 minutes while streaming. Hello, Calamity Sam. Actually, let's... okay, we'll turn that off. Oh, the teams are forming. Teams are forming.
Supes?
Hello, Enthused. How are you?
You're doing the streaming, right?
Yes, I am. We are live at the moment.
Sweet.
So please... Actually, no, you can swear as much as you fucking want on mine. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'll fucking swear as much as I fucking want. No one tells me what to do.
My only
What I
rule...
will tell you is, do you have an air fryer by any chance?
An FR, we do, yes.
So I'm not particularly one to bang on about it a huge amount. However, I've just sampled putting in some of that, like the garlic bread which you stick in your fridge from like the shop or whatever.
Yeah, you normally stick in the oven like afterwards for like 20 minutes, yeah.
For 20 minutes, stuck it in for 3 minutes on the reheat setting, and it's come out probably the best garlic bread I've ever managed to get out of the oven. Yeah, it just does it. No questions asked. No fanning about waiting for preheating. No like I've fucking overdone it or it's a bit too soft here. It's just good all over.
I might have to give that a shot then, because that's always the biggest issue I've found with frozen garlic bread is when you stick it in the oven, you'll either get it so it's like really overdone and like super crunchy, or it's still fucking frozen. You can't get it to that perfect balance where it's still nice and soft bread, but like nice, slightly toasty outside.
fuck is your Twitch name?
Super Duper Noodle at the moment. Oh.
Is there any underscores in it?
Is there any what? Underscores? Yeah.
Yeah.
Between the Super Duper and the Noodle.
Right.
You know, you can just go to like the Goon channel where it's like literally pisted in there. In the GTI schedule,
yep.
They're all linked in there.
Oh, I see. This is very high effort.
It is. Spent a lot of time doing this. And did you manage to watch any of Jonas's cast last night?
Any of whose cast?
Jonas's. Dr. Jonas.
Yeah, well, I was in-housing at the same time, but I did watch it because it was my team playing. I did kind of listen into the cast. It was kind of difficult to listen to Ted and Plague in the cast at the same time, but I listened in.
I was wondering how that was going to work, whether you're going to jump out in between Dota games just to like try and give your team...
I didn't for the first game, and the first game went very poorly. So
yeah, that was an embarrassment.
Game, I gave them a few pointers in the draft. Although, you know, they knew they fucked up in draft 1. I don't know what came upon them, but they were very willing to tell me all the problems and that. I agreed with them. I just don't know what happened in the actual thought process of the first draft, which led us to the final destination.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think they'd done at least some research. You don't have to do a lot, but even if you're like going into the lobby, you think, he's their mid, what can we fucking ban out here?
Yeah.
To allow the horse through, that's kind of...
Yeah, so the thing is that there was a wild invoker ban it there, and that was because in the pre-planning, or rather the planning, we thought Jonah was playing, and one of Jonah's heroes that he played recently in mid was Invoker, and Invoker I think is quite good at the moment. So I was like, we'll give Invoker a ban. Then it turned out Jonah wasn't playing, which I wasn't aware of, but my team were aware of it. But they still banned Invoker anyway. So they knew to ban Invoker, but they didn't realize exactly why.
I mean,
but always I mean, to be honest, we weren't really expecting to collect dubs there in that game. So. I'm glad we got some good drafting in.
So, do you know who this Gary Potter is?
Where?
So he's on the team. So
I only see Evil Teddy, Cool Llama, Silent Snipes, M James, and Headmassif.
Silent Snipes. Oh, so you might have him saved then. You might know him.
No, I don't. He's not friends.
Because I've got him.
Be a Dotes level bug.
He's appearing as Gary Potter for me.
Oh, it's Daff.
It's Daff.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we got a Daff in here.
Silent Snipe. That's very like 12-year-old kind of vibes.
Nutkin, will you be able to drag Thomas into this channel after the draft?
Oh, I mean, I can do it.
Oh, actually, yeah, you can do it, can't you? You're a mod.
I don't know where he is.
He's in the Goon International General at the moment. I imagine they'll move up and down.
He needs to help with his draft, doesn't he?
Yeah, so I think what will happen is he'll do his draft. They'll go into their individual channels, and then once the draft's done,
you're ready, right?
Drag Thomas up. Yep.
Okay.
So I had to make sure I have got.
They've got Eddie coaching for the other team for Badlads, which I think is pretty interesting because on the face of it, Eddie is a pretty hype player.
Eddie Smalls, the Immortal
I find myself
player.
disagreeing with him on certain issues in Dota 2.
Okay.
Like what the game needed or what we should have done.
Because it used to be Rocket. Well, it was officially listed as Rocket managing that team, wasn't it?
Well, they're talking about Eddie getting dragged in, so I don't exactly know what's going on. I think everyone has. I honestly think after Plague got drafted in to coach a team, people have been up in their game on the coach front.
I mean, they kind of had to, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, hang on, he actually knows what he's fucking talking about here. We ain't got a clue. We're just banning at will. So just your thoughts based on these players alone. Got to give the edge to James, don't you? Or team.
Okay, so let's go through like the position matchups, I guess. So Badlads is Bird, Pos 1, and it's probably Evil Teddy, I guess.
Llama.
No, it's Cool Llama. So Cool Llama is traditionally the better Llama, and he's quite good at Pos 1. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Bird is not traditionally some guys he's stomping games.
No.
I remember I used to see him playing Medusa a lot and kind of owning when it was that Medusa era of the in-houses where people just couldn't figure it out.
Oh, before we carry on,
So I rate Cool Llama in that respect.
but before we carry on, Enthused, the in-game settings for audio, is it the open mic for team chat I need to have?
It's a voice chat team.
Voice chat team have that selected, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're going to probably want to turn the volume for voice down or mute co-broadcasters.
Yeah, already got that done.
Okay. So we are...
Yeah, because Cool Llama was initially one of those cores which sort of had to relegate to support, wasn't he?
Yeah, at some point, but I don't think he's like super good because I've noticed like in some games I think Larry Llama even does better than Cool Llama. So
oh wow, that's
it's
impressive.
quite an interesting match. But I think Cool Llama is a traditionally good Pos 1, and I don't know what Bird does anymore. So in the Pos 2, it's Rocket, who I know is pretty abysmal.
Against Teddy.
Against Teddy, who's not abysmal, really quite good. So that unless they figured something out in the draft. Because with good laning, like a good lane matchup, you can beat like players who are like 2k higher MMR than you. Then there's Hunter, who I've played with a lot, but I haven't played with recently. I'm not even sure if he's been playing much recently, to be honest. And he's pretty bog standard for the in-houses, just kind of a bit shit, but glimpses of hope sometimes. And then on the other side, we've got Headmassif, who is really good on some heroes, like his Tidehunter, but if you start going beyond that, then it gets a bit suspicious. So I would probably think the Badlads are going to ban out one offlaner in their first bans, probably Tide, and then they'll see where they go from there. Because Head's probably going to play like a fucking Underlord or something. So yeah, I think Head can definitely be fucked over by bans. Pos 4, you got James versus Heretic, and I think not Heretic, sorry, He Who Hungers. Who I think He Who Hungers is probably better there. Not to disrespect James, love the lad. It's just he can get a bit panicky and sussy sometimes.
He's not got his buddy there to back him up like you'd normally have in the in-house.
Yeah. And then Pos 5's, it's Kxavic versus
Daff.
Shaq, which is a real... That's quite a close matchup because... Oh, it's Daff!
Yeah, there's no Shaq, remember? It's Daff.
There's no Shaq. Okay, well then that's very clearly going to Kxavic then. I think if it was Shaq, then it would have been quite close. But yeah, I think Daff is probably like one of the worst players in the house. It's like definitely bottom 5. Even though he got glickoed up a bit, it's not looking good. And then the coaches. You've got Eddie versus Thomas, and both of them have very suspicious views on Dota, so I don't know who to pick.
One has a skill advantage, the other has the meme advantage.
Yeah. Thing is, Thomas is he can probably... I think he's probably going to be quite good at coming up with tricky drafts with lots of interesting heroes that can kind of just win the lanes and roll over. And Eddie's probably more like a traditional drafter where Eddie plays like all these very traditional hard carry heroes, and then he's going to want like a really nice soft support with him. So I don't think Eddie's going to make it too complicated here. It's just going to be, we slam in some kind of nice supporting lane, someone who can help the harass war. Eddie's going to pick a hard carry. They're going to have a nice mid laner who can come and gank. Beefy off laner. That might be
That's got to
I'm
be a
wondering
Daff
if that's the
ogre, hasn't
primal
it?
support.
You reckon
It's
ogre
probably
primal? Sorry,
it's
primal support.
definitely it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've got this. I don't know why I've got this feeling that like hunters play primal for. I don't know why exactly, but
So,
it could be something they've brought out in Pos 3 and just feel super comfortable on.
so
Um,
Ben has suggested that it is probably Hunter's primal.
yeah, I think I've seen him play it before, and it was pretty good.
There's also mentioned in the chat that apparently a bounty hunter should get banned for who was it? Jasper. Apparently he's a bit of a bounty hunter
Really?
spammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Bounty Hunter is definitely very good at punishing poor players. So it can work in these games. The Oracle getting banned out because they have Savage, I guess. They don't want. I don't think it's worth banning against Savage. He has quite a lot of heroes that he's good at. So
Unless maybe, oh no, I was gonna say, is any of the Badlads actually play something like a Huskar or anything that might want to get low? I don't think there is there?
even if they did, AA is still in the pool, and I mean Huskar is just kind of weak in general. The Grimstroke is kind of interesting. Kind of very interesting. Not a hero you see very often, but pairs very well with the primal because you just slap an Inkswell on him and he charges in. I'm not entirely sure how the ult interaction works with primal's ult. I personally don't think it would work, but
Well, they're both single target, aren't they? It is a single target
Got to give a
spell.
think about it. Yeah, I know, but it's like two channeled spells.
Oh, Conquer. Wait, I thought that the manager's Thomas, not Eri.
Well, no, that's oh yeah, that is.
Eri's a renowned Conquer lover. He's
This
probably
is
going to hate the
true.
fact they picked it as a start.
So the Kunkka must be.
It's got to be a Llama pick, hasn't it?
Well, it'd be an Eddie. Sorry, Eddie, a Teddy mid, if anything. But I'm concerned that that James has decided that he wants to play at Pos 4, and I feel like I have
Oh.
seen James play Pos 4 Kunkka. I
Oh
feel
god.
it's something in the back of my mind as like I just remember shouting at James for his Pos 4 Kunkka.
So could you pair that up with something like, say, a Dawnbreaker? So your X into torrent, into a little hammer, stun.
Yeah, I mean you can pair it with anything who requires good setup.
I'm just thinking what offlane is.
I mean, in terms of in lane. Oh,
Yes, I can. I can turn Ashwin up.
I think my whatever. Um, yeah, anything that requires good setup really can. I remember playing against a Pudge Kunkka lane where we would just get X'd on the side of the lane, and Pudge would just have a free hook out when we got pulled back, and that was a very annoying lane to play into.
I am really. Oh god. What is this draft from Badlads?
So the Venge is quite good at just getting people out of the combo from like a Kunkka Jakiro at the very least. I don't know if that's intention or they just wanted something for Savage to play. The Pango is it's quite good against Kunkka really. Because if you get the shard, you can just roll up and not come back with the X, which is pretty handy. So it's a pretty neat counter on a low cooldown. I don't know about this Razor. I really don't.
Do you reckon it's a preemptive counter to a Sven pick, or maybe?
I just don't really rate Razor particularly at the moment.
Unless they're watching Purge. I know he likes still picking it. It can obviously win the offlane quite handily.
Yeah, so I mean, thing is, that's quite Actually, no, they've already picked the two supports, so it has to be Kunkka. Has to be Kunkka mid, and it's going to be like
Unless.
I guess an Ogre Razor offlane or a Jakira Razor offlane.
Yeah, unless it's the Kunkka offlane.
But the thing is, you haven't picked your carry yet on Badlads, so you can probably get quite a free matchup here.
Decent AM
just
game.
Playing something that can either get away or a long ranged hero or someone who can kind of just out harass Razor, like something like a Weaver or something like that.
Ooh. I'm not sure on the Weaver, because that feels very squishy. Especially with the cleave damage you can get from Conquer.
But it does it's going to do a shit ton of damage if you have the old bug boys
triple Gemini,
chipping
yeah.
away, and you got the minus armor from Venge. You really start hitting hard, and you can get away from the link very easily by just zipping away. So it's definitely a combo that can run over lanes.
But that's assuming it is
But
a Razor off lane.
It would be a very squishy lane overall. Yeah, that's assuming it's Razor off lane.
How would that matchup work into a Conquer?
Which matchup?
A Weaver into a Conquer.
Oh. I mean, it's not great versus Kunkka, not at all. So you're saying is Kunkka off lane and Razor mid?
I think it might be a head Kunkka, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you might be right there.
Because it can punish a lot of these squishier cores which do amp up to super carries later on.
Yeah.
And he's definitely hard to kill. He's an annoying fuck. But then... yeah, cause I don't even think Grimstroke would do that well against a Kunkka, like a Kunkka Jakiro lane. Not without a very strong early game carry.
Doesn't really do well in any lanes. He might do well with the Primal though.
And partner Avenge up or something. And what would you partner with Avenge? Now, if you want a man fight, you could go for the Lifestealer. He wouldn't give a shit about the Kunkka, but then he gets auto fucked by Razor. Ooh, that's a good shout. Somebody who's not been picked up yet, and who has received a significant buff. Richard. Hard to lock down. With his huge armor base, isn't going to really give a shit about Conquer anymore.
Yeah. 10 seconds remaining. That might be good for Badlads.
Or if they run the Grimstroke safe lane as the 5, you do have the Jug Spin still in the pool.
Jug is really bad right now.
He is, but it's one of the only carries the Goons know how to play.
Yeah, it's also one of the only carries left. Like over half these bands are carries.
Still Luna. There's still Luna.
The good carries left. Man, there's not many, is there?
There's what was there? Spectre, Luna. Is Gyro?
I actually do think like Weaver's gonna be quite neat this game, but I'm not sure if anyone plays it. You need a hero that can definitely scrap with Razor, because that's your biggest concern to carry. You could go Troll or something, but you might get kited against the Ursa. I might be tempted just to go TB now and just out carry the shit out of them.
What are your thoughts to a Slark?
I think he'll have trouble killing people. Like Slark needs to pick people off, and that's all very tanky heroes.
Yeah, but look at the amount of stats he's going to gain. They're difficult to kill. You're going to amp up that bonus agi very. It might take a while to get the permanent agi, but you're going to get a lot of bonus short-term agi.
Things. This is we gotta get into the mind of Eddie. What would Eddie say?
Probably Sniper.
Eddie would do a hard carry, but
Arc Warden.
No, he wouldn't do something that bad. But he might do something like SF or Naga or
the Sven. I do not like this. Sven. I really don't like this.
Sven is interesting. Sven is quite interesting.
It's a head off lane.
You've got to. It's definitely. I like Sven a lot. You've got to kind of win the lanes and hit your timing as well, because you're gonna farm very much faster than this lineup. But it's not looking so good in the slightly later game.
I think if was smart there, tanky. They would have done a switcheroo with the offlane mid in terms of who's playing what. Because Bird would not have a game if that was a Sven off, ever Razor offlane.
Yeah.
It should be interesting at least. They do have some decent stuns there.
Yeah,
so...
I thought they would play the Razor off lane after seeing that.
I don't get why they're putting it mid though, I really don't. Because Rocket's going to have a very easy time getting away from that. Wait a sec. Who's the mid player again?
What?
Yeah, it is Rocket mid, isn't it?
It is Rucketman, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to have an easy way getting... He's going to have an easy time getting away from the static linking mid. It should be interesting, at least, anyway.
I'll track Thomason.
And we are now live.
Oh, hello. Well, I swear I couldn't see this. Hello, guy. Are we on the cast?
We are live, buddy. We are live.
Hello, Ron. And look, this is looking like an all-star game in the Goon TI International.
It's very early on in the tournament, but this is a hype match to get us going.
Yep, and I think we have here Ron and Teddy, and I'm of course your host Brian. We have James versus the Badlads. I mean, Badlads. That sounds spooky, Teddy. What do we think?
Wait, am I Teddy?
Oh, Teddy. You're
You're
Teddy.
Teddy.
I'm Teddy.
Yeah.
God damn it, I did not know that I was Teddy. Well,
Teddy from
I thought I was Susan. But, okay, well, thank you, man. Personally, I think that James does have a slight advantage going into this based off the draft alone. I think that Sven pick was absolutely atrocious. I do not know what's going for that.
I gotta agree with Teddy here. I mean,
yeah,
it's just it seems like an absolute mess happened in the old Badlads drafting room. I don't quite know what the coach Eddie said to his team before he sent them out, but they're gonna need some strong words here.
And guys, I can hear you in game. How do I stop that?
So what you want to do is you want to go to your
Brian,
settings.
You gotta go to settings.
Yep, I'm in the
audio.
settings. I'm in the audio.
And on the right panel, there's
Mute co-broadcaster.
That's the one. That is the one.
It's on. We're ready to go. And you've got to think the drafter for the team has done an unbelievable job. I mean, what a genius.
I think it was a great draft. The only thing that we thought was a little bit questionable was the fact that they chose to run the Razor in mid and not up against the Sven. I think maybe if they'd done a little switcheroo.
It's a good point, but Teddy is a comfortable Razor player. And I'm sure he'll do absolutely fantastic, regardless. Now looking, he gets his mid creep denied. Where do I look at for the where the Teddy's looking? How do I see that?
Oh my god!
I don't think you can.
Oh,
I don't think you can,
crazy.
Ryan.
Thank you, Ron. I guess I could be play-by-play if Ron, you want to be the analyst and Teddy the host.
I'm more than happy for that because I have got no idea how to do play-by-play myself.
Well, I can do play-by-play, and we've got some early action in the top lane. Steve, a.k.a. Daff, is playing this Ogre Magi. I mean, wow. What a big boy on defense.
Now, he's famous for his Ogre performance in the past. Not usually for the best reasons, but let's see if he can turn around this game.
God, and on offense, he's going after He Who Hungers, who's looking low, but is he going too hard? Oh, he jukes out the Hunter on defense.
The Sven, however, got very low himself down bottom.
Oh, and this is good from James, hitting him with some of that dual breath that we've come to see throughout the season.
Some of that dual breath, I think you mean Ron.
Dual
Not
breath.
Ron, Brian. I'm Ron. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Every so often we have an identity crisis here in the panel.
Yeah. Sleepy Joe.
So far, lane's looking pretty even, actually, I would say. As kind of we have, I think, a lot of even matchups, a lot of melee heroes kind of clunking at each other.
I mean, with that, you sort of got to give the advantage to the Sven team, don't you? Loves to be in melee, and everyone's joining him.
You would, but luckily the masterful coach of James has provided insight and analysis that force staffs are a good item.
They are?
So we shall see. We shall see.
I also think that Sven is just going to be kited around like a kite on a windy day. So it's not looking so good for the man with the big sword.
you have to imagine when all these melee heroes clash, if this Kunkka gets Torrent Storm, that could cause some serious problems.
Now, I haven't quite seen the Headmassif Admiral. Could you remind us?
And just stopping you here,
Brian,
Bird has found himself in a creep wave, and he TPs and dies, and that's gonna be your Doritos First Blood.
Sponsored by Doritos Cool Original. They're fresh for you and your family.
Just as fresh as that First Blood, Teddy. And I mean, you've got to think, what is he thinking, TPing out on such low health? It's crazy.
He's not after that Walker Shank to come back. That's the most embarrassing thing.
You're dosh gone right, Teddy.
On the plus side,
what Eddie is going to be talking about in the back rooms here, he's going to be running over some plays with his coaches just to see if they can rectify this bot lane.
And it's looking not great. And mid as well, just slightly going in the advantage of this Razor. He's been performing well all season, this experienced player. Let's see if he can bring it in the big games. Meanwhile, Steve, a.k.a. Daff, picks up the Healing Lotus. A powerful item. Ron, anything you could tell us about that item? Recent addition in the latest 2020-2023 season.
Yeah, so Regen got a bit nerfed in the recent patch.
oh, hate to make it to your dump bottom. They're going on James.
Oh, and he's caught it out, but James, being a ranged hero, luckily was just far enough out of their grasp. Sorry, Ron, we cut you off there. That was a goal threat. Can we hear?
Regen got quite nerfed in the last patch, so they introduced these lovely little pools on the side of the lane to get a little bit of a top up whenever you need it. And Steve over here has claimed that, which is going to be a big boost for the lane.
I see, and he's gone off a full
your allies just in case Cool Llama gets into a bit of hot water.
I see.
Gentlemen, what's this I hear about this new Lotus is actually able to upgrade from a cheese? What can you tell me about that?
I heard that was a rumor, but
we need confirmation from the board on that one. We don't really release unconfirmed stories here.
I heard this upgraded Lotus was first seen in the Mexican minor league, but I haven't had any confirmation. And I think, Ron, it might be good time.
Until we get to this level of play, I'm gonna choose to not believe it exists.
I agree, and that's another kill for this Kunkka who's got phase boots coming out. Ron, you got to imagine once these phase boots are online, he's gonna be able to run past this slow-paced defense.
Yeah, and Bird is really gonna struggle here because James is just beating him off by himself.
He's beating him off, and that's what we've seen him do all season, beat off the opposition. He's a young kid, this man. They brought him in on the draft last season, the young age of 18. And he's performed well, I've got to say.
Yeah, he's had a stellar first couple seasons, and you got to hope that in the future he can keep bringing that high quality to these games.
Do you think he's going to be prime candidate for next year's draft?
I think so, and we see Rucketman going to get the first rune of the game, a power rune at 6 minutes. Only a
Bird's on the run. So Bird's on the run again. He's been axed.
Oh, this is trouble once again. The soaring Bird, and he has been brought down.
Oh, Ron, this lane is not going good. Do you have any insight into why it might be the case?
So I'm of the opinion that this Vengeful Spirit is no good. Doesn't give you much in the way of harass or helping your carry. You just kind of walk about. And when you compare that to the dual-headed dragon Jakiro, it's night and day.
It's basically like having two players on your team instead of one. It's a big advantage coming into the first half. The first quarter, I should say, as we are American, not this soccer nonsense.
Yeah, first quarter.
Ooh. But so far, Lane's mostly even, except
by himself in a lot of these scenarios, just taking heat. And you gotta ask, where has Savage been?
It's a good question, and it's hard to see. And there's another fight happening. They're going after stacking the stuns. You like to see it. Head is retreating though. Instead of getting that last Tidebringer, it's a powerful ability. But James completely missing the dual breath.
I think he was a little bit scared of the Bird turnaround there. It is a potential. You gotta be careful of Sven. You never know what's coming.
If he gets that double stun, I mean, we've seen goals coming in thick and fast from this young lad. Oh, and Primal Beast going on
I think you
speed.
mean touchdowns, but
I mean touchdowns. As the top lane is able to evade any sort of harm coming to them. As we see the 8-minute
I was
rule.
really hoping this top lane would do a lot better with this combo of the Grimstroke and the Primal Beast, but it doesn't seem like anything has landed, and I think you got to give that dub here to Steve.
Oh, Ron, we see a regen rune on the field. His coach has given him a water bottle. He's refreshed and ready to go. Water bowl filled with Gatorade, of course, which is sponsoring this gank. He's waiting in the wings. Will Head realize what's going on? Oh, he sees him.
Here he comes. There's the
comes.
roll.
He's far away,
has
though.
overused boat. There's no rum.
Oh, a nice dodge on the ice path. James, will he use his Macropire? No.
Oh, we got a double. Is this going to be a triple?
That's good. Even Teddy's coming in to rectify things, but it's not going to be enough. Bird gets away.
So close, and what a gank. And a kill in the top lane as well. They brought it back round.
Now, do you reckon that was a little talk by the coach there? Not obviously interfering with the current state of play. That would be against the rules. But, you know, it's a little bit at the start, just to mention, get some early rotations. Don't be afraid to pressure.
Yeah, I think so. And that regen would helped out. We see a 12 wand on this Kunkka that was not used there. Could have made the difference. Also with James forgetting to use his Macropire spell. Well, you can't do it all the time.
I didn't even see James there. Where was
he? Cast an ice path that was dodged by everyone. Good duking and diving by the opposition as they dodge his offensive tackle. I sense anger in the ranks of the team. As now we see Jakiro rotating top. Can he make a move? They sense something's up.
It's a very tough target to try and kill down this Hunter guy. He's built like a brick shithouse, I tell you.
They're not quite 6 yet on Hunter and Hugh Hunger, so this could be an absolute disaster here.
Oh, and that's a first kill. Oh, but he managed to get away. In the mid lane, the haste rune on Teddy almost gets a kill on this Pangolier. Does he dive for the venge? No, he does not. Forces a TP. Which he TPs to the top lane, interestingly enough. Any reason for that, Teddy, you think?
The only thing I can think of is maybe he was trying to get a gank of himself, but...
Oh, there's a small mid. There's a fight.
He's got
Bird has gone big, but this could be dangerous for him.
He's got a fairy fire. If he turned there, that was a guaranteed kill, I think. Now there's a lot of messiness going. A kill
and the rum is going, so Head should be fine, but...
Pangolier is deep in the zone. Oh,
and he's going to go down here.
That's a nice dual breath. As touchdown! James.
This is starting to look rough, I tell you guys. I'm not sure what they're going to have to do.
3K gold lead, as long as they can keep this momentum. And Ron, you got to think, with this Ursa, man, he's been doing Roche all season really early. It seems like a trademark of this Ursa Heroes play. You got to imagine in 4 minutes when Roshan goes up top, they've got to get the momentum going.
Yeah, I imagine so, but if he doesn't get this Morbid Mask, I don't see it happening, but he's got it queued up. We can see that in his mind. He's got to purchase it soon, but is it going to be before or after the Battle Fury?
You know, some of these teams like to save their substitution for the end game, but with this Battle Fury, it looks like that's what they're going for.
Now, do you think that the team has the late game here?
It's hard to tell. I think it might be a close one. They both have heroes that like to fight and brawl early. In terms of the very end game in the final quarter, I mean, heroes like Grimstroke can pick up hexes, but heroes like Razors can get a bit out of control with refreshers and agonyms. I don't know, Rob.
There is something to be said about the Primal Beast against a hero like Ursa, because the ult from Primal Beast, I'm pretty sure, is ignored by the status resistance from Ursa. So you can really get a lot of value out of that level 25 talent to increase the duration.
This is true, Ron, but what do you think about the Aghanim Scepter on this Ursa? Allows him to throw a touchdown pass.
That is true. I forgot about the touchdown.
Yeah, allows him to shrug off one of those pesky defensive tackles. And I'm switching to net worth now, and it looks like the cores of James are looking pretty tasty.
They're looking kind of unstoppable at this point. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be over by the first half. I really don't. I don't think we're getting a lot of game
You
here.
mean the second quarter?
The second quarter. My apologies.
Yeah. There's a big
soccer these days.
time in the Pangolier. If he can make some stuff work, that could be a big game changer. With a Manta on this Razor by Teddy. Oof. Teddy, is there anything you got to say about that with your named counterpart?
A Manta on the Razor, you say?
I do declare.
That is definitely a unique one for me. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is.
So it has the advantage of the Yasher of giving Razor bonus movement speed, but I don't quite see what you could use it for apart from the purging of the silence from Grimstroke. Although it does allow you to get rid of the disarm from Pangolier, which can be quite pesky.
Oh, they're TPing in big numbers down to this bot lane. Mount get defense.
I want to fight this, but Rucketman's low on mana here.
And he kind of showed his hand.
Look at Bird coming out the left flank, the wide receiver. Oh, but that's 4 heroes committed for nothing. Meanwhile, an Arcane Rune sits undefended in the mid lane. If only the coach had told him to focus on the runes.
And you gotta think that nice little observer that they've got there, spotting all this talent.
Oh, this is trouble for Hunter.
They're going up top. Do they know?
There's an X and the turn, but they don't want to go any further here. They're playing patient.
They don't know the whole defensive team TP to the bot lane. Kind of a mistake from And also this Razor not going for the Arcane Rune on a Pangolier. That could be spooky. Oh, Headmassif.
They might find the Grimstroke here.
They don't call him the best wide receiver in the game. I think it's surrounded. This is not looking good.
Comes the boat
Lionel Messi. Oh, but the fight.
And Hunter's coming too, and you've got to ask what for.
Oh, but on the behind.
Here comes Bird.
In. This Earther is getting very low. Oh,
Earther's down.
This Rolling Thunder's done so much work here. Can Bird get out?
Bird's being sucked off.
Oh, what a swap.
That's probably just saved Bird's life.
Living on very low HP. This Pango is still in.
He needs help from his Grimstroke right now. What's happening?
That's a beautiful silence. It might have just saved his life.
These wands are keeping them alive, but another Q from Grimstroke. And can they go for more? This man is low.
They're not stopping. They're going the whole 9 yards.
You gotta say this is
He's coming for it tonight.
But what great armlet plays from this Kunkka. You've got to give it to the young man. Wow.
That was an astonishing performance by that team. I was not expecting that.
One thing I wanted to mention, Brian. Headmassif being a young man and the use of rum in his skill set. I don't know about this. The authorities are going to have to take a look at this.
Is that allowed substance in the sport?
I don't know if the rum's allowed, guys. They're TPing back. They want to defend this. The roll committed early.
Do they have any follow-up, though, to back him up?
They do, but the Primal coming in.
But he's off the mark with the charge.
They might just have to sacrifice Steve. He's been doing it all season.
Here comes Head with the rum once again.
That is a beautiful ice path.
Oh my god! I've never seen anything like this before.
And that is why James is one of the hot talents for next year's draft. We highly recommend him.
And they get another, oh my god, another touchdown. And they've converted the kick into a tower. Wow. Surely they've got to be thinking about Roshan at this point. Oh, it looks like Cool Llama is coming over in the portal. You gotta think the coach has probably told them to focus on this Roche. Looks like they've listened to him. What a coach.
It sounds like he's definitely got his head screwed on.
You cannot fault the coach here.
The coach giving
every play has just been immaculate so far.
Early,
kind of risky though, having them all stacked up like that.
He's not flicking his overpower. I don't know why. Finally doing it.
The Badlads haven't got a clue what's going on.
That's about to turn out. Imagine with a DD and a Roshan, imagine. And this evil Teddy, he's looking for the runes. It's like his coach told him, please focus on every single rune for fuck's sake.
It sounds like a good idea, because you know how valuable these runes are these days.
The double damage rune with an Aegis. This is their timing. Second quarter, first down.
This could just end the game right here.
It could 10k advantage. They've got to be thinking, how do we end this? Almost a 4-star out on Daff. A Glimmer Cape on James. Are there any more item times we're looking at? And flesh.
Just look how poor this Sven is. Only a Mask of Madness, not even the Echo Saber done.
Oh no. It's only this Pango that I don't think there's any hope of bringing it back for their team. Grimstro going for... Oh no, Grimstro going for this 8th lens Tranquil build. Personally, I hate to see it. I like to see an Arcane Boots picked up on my supports. Keep the pressure going. Mana, so Messi can have mana. Mana for Messi. It's almost like the coach said, if you both go Tranquil Boots, I'm literally leaving the team. That's a direct quote from his press conference earlier today.
Yeah, we did see that earlier. It was quite aggressive words from the coach.
Oh, and we see Sven desperately trying to farm camps.
And now Hunter's going to be caught out again. Can he get out here? The swap just absolutely fucks everything up for no reason.
Laser.
And Hunter might still be caught anyway. What is going on in the comms room?
Teddy Mantis for nothing, I believe. It is an interesting pickup, but they are so far ahead, it might not matter, Ron. 2 kills.
I think you might be right there, Brian. I mean, they can't get any entries on the map here.
Look at this.
Rucketman has the items to get going, but I don't know what this bots is meant to achieve. Maybe they're just planning to split up the lanes and hope for an opportunity to come.
God. And Teddy, you love to see a carry by his own wards to protect his farming area. It must have been another great insight from the coach, I think, who said that.
The carry's buying his own wards? Are you serious?
Well, they're free, and in this recent update of the game, they can actually buy a touchdown ward for free. So actually, it's pretty worth buying.
I'm checking my records here, and I can't see when that was done. Was that recent, or has that been there for a while now?
It's been for a while now. We see a smoke play come out. They found this Lionel Messi. They haven't got
Rucketman is going to be able to probably just about get out here.
I don't think James knows how his spells work. But that is a role committed, Teddy. I don't know.
I've just got to say, Brian, you didn't mention the sponsor on the smoke, the Mountain Dew Smoke.
Mountain Dew Smoke coming at you live and direct. Oh, they're waiting for this. Oh, they're doing the enemy tormentor on the 3rd down. This could be a big play.
And in about 15 seconds, you're going to have the magical wisdom room. It's going to get that motherfucker a nice extra year in their age.
I mean, these guys are playing as if their coach has given them incredible
They're leaving. They're leaving it.
They're leaving the rune. Oh, no. That's a bit of mismatched communication from their... Oh, unless...
No, back he comes. You remember the coach shouting in his ear, if you leave this rune, I will come to your house and end your life.
Lionel Teddy has picked up the wisdom rune. It looks like they're getting their own wisdom rune as well.
He's waiting. Oh, a little bit delayed there. Was he,
You have to think, Ron, with this 1 minute on Aegis, they haven't got too much out of it.
No, I mean... It's kind of tough where to go next because the Badlads are really hiding quite well here. But they need to just commit for a push. They got a good pushing lineup with this Jakiro. They can definitely make some things happen. But I think the Ursa just wants to get this BKB before they do anything. And
it is a good BKB game. You know, make sure that you can't succumb to any of these rolls or Grimstroke abilities. And it does look like they're going to have a strong triple BKB timing. With this Razor also close by.
But the problem you got, the biggest problem you got is this Sven, he's been doing his own thing. He's now got the Echo Saber. He's now part of the way towards his own BKB. And he don't give a shit if you got a BKB.
You do think, though, the Razor could still suck off this Sven. We've seen him do it all season.
I mean, I'm hoping he does, personally, and I hope we catch it great on TV, because that would make great views. But I don't know, there's also that swap available, which could get that Sven out of trouble very quickly.
Well, it looks like Teddy's going to pick up this Arcane Rune. This could be a good timing. Ursa with a BKB, Razor with a BKB, Kunkka with a BKB. They get some of these tier 2s down, that could allow for a serious touchdown.
I'm struggling to maintain the right fucking accent.
It's okay, we're just from all over American.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a spoke sponsored by Mountain Dew. They're gonna find this primal beast, but the smoke breaks. Do they spot it?
What a smoke! And they're gonna get the X marks.
They do get the X marks, and with a bow, that should seal the deal. And it looks like that's a good kill for them.
Are they going to do anything after this as a return?
We'd love to see them push an objective. They've got really good heroes. Jakiro, one of the most famous touchdown carriers with the ball. And it looks like they're grouping now. Just gotta hope that this Pangolier can find enough space to get his items and cause a bit of a ruckus.
And now they've got the BKB flying out. They're ready for the timing.
They don't have a glyph either, but they will get a free one. Fresh BKB picked up there. Razor
They've got
very
1, 2
close.
BKBs. Just Razors coming up soon.
With the boat up in 20.
And it's not going to take very long.
But I've got to say, Fed and Primal Beast are not too far either. About 1,000 gold.
But this Sven really doesn't deal enough damage at the moment to get through this tank that you get from the Ursa and the Rum.
This Ursa's got his Morbid Mask looking for a blink. The Rum is a big one. Ron, it's been a controversial topical season. We've mentioned it before, but it might get them the game, and you got to think.
I know, and it's gonna cause controversy. I know the media are gonna be going nuts over this, but you know the desire to win is just too great for these guys.
Oh, and they found with the smoke sponsored by Mountain Dew, they found this Pango. Can they stack the stuns? 1, 2, 3. They sack the quarterback.
I'd like to point out, gentlemen, we are one more away from our super sponsor. We're lucky enough, we are broadcasting this directly from live in California, where that's perfectly legal, but I do not recommend it if you are not in a legal country.
Yes, that our sponsor would be very happy with that one, as it's like we're looking for this tier 2 tower with a play on the 3rd down. Bloodlusted Ursa with a BKB, that's scary. Takes the tower with ease. They're not even defending it as this fence struggles. Almost got his BKB though, Ron. What do you think about that?
On Bird.
That is correct, on Bird.
So I tuned out. I think what's happening.
So Bird is very close to his BKB. He's like another $50 away from it, give or take. Now I gotta think, with that plus the minus armor, which is gonna be coming up on bench, he's still gonna hit pretty hard, regardless of how tanky you think you are.
Like I said, you've got Razor, the Admiral Kunkka, and Ursa Bear. I mean, these are very strong heroes. I don't know if he has the damage to get through them until he has a crit, which he is lined up next. But you've got to ask the question: when is he gonna be able to get through these heroes?
Oh, and they think Ursa's up, Roche is up, but it's only 20 seconds. Missing that could be a big one. I would love to see on this team one of them picking up an Assault Cuirass. Very good defensively against this high physical, high reduction in armor on the team, especially with Lucky Shot and, like you mentioned, Venge.
That is the blink now completed for Llama. That is on his way out to him. It's being delivered now.
We see a blink on this Kunkka. I don't know how I feel about this one, actually. Oh, there's a big fight going on. Steve
is in trouble here, and they don't have the Razor or the Ursa here.
This is a spooky fight. I'm not sure.
Ed has committed everything for this, but it's not going to work out.
Oh, it's a big Macropie, but a whip on the Ice Blast. He's got a Glimmer Cape. Doesn't use it, Ron.
Razor's back in, and this could be a real disaster. Bird cannot get out.
They're cleaning up this Macropie, causing serious problems.
That's a nice Grimshaw goal, just to stop the tirade.
But this BKB on Razor, we were mentioning the triple BKB timing. And it looks like this.
Is Bonnie going to be able to make it away? He is being chased.
He lands it!
That's straight up the training ground, that is.
Meanwhile, guys, this team, this cool Llama doing the Roshan. While they push the tower, I mean, a lot of objectives, and they force out the glyph. Teddy, how are we feeling about this game? It's looking pretty one-sided.
This is completely one-sided. I honestly do not see a way back from this. I think the coach is probably going to be throwing water bottles, throwing shoes. He's probably throwing the whole goddamn bench at his team in that halftime talk. Now,
Yeah, you've got to think. Yeah. Sorry, go on, Teddy.
I think if there is a way for them to come back, they have to go as late as they can. Drag this game out. Take as many downs as they can. Kneel as much as they have to. Drag it out as long as possible till Bird can actually get those items he needs to start really hitting like a motherfucker. Once that happens, I reckon they could possibly get him come back. Because they got enough Sable there. They do. You get in there with the Grimstrug, maybe a Panga wall before a BKB comes up, you can possibly delay him long enough.
And this is an interesting pickup from the Kunga, a Blink Dagger. Maybe thinking his team lacks initiation, but I don't know. An Assault Cuirass or even a gem to kind of lock down the vision on the map might have been a really good answer. As they begin to come up the high ground, this is messy. They have an Aegis on the Ursa, and the Jakiro is pumping out damage without a glyph. How do they mount a defense?
Hunter's got the BKB now. This could be quite an interesting fight here.
With the BKB. Same with this.
Cole is taking heat. He needs to be very careful. He doesn't want to suffer an injury this early on in the season.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to break his leg. And this Vengeful Spirit is looking to do that, looking for a swap.
Do you really want to swap this early with the Aegis still intact?
Just taking out the ranged barrack. Maybe something we weren't thinking on the analyst panel, as he brings on 2 subs at the same time.
That can't be legal. That cannot be allowed in this day and age.
It is in these rules. If the subs are copies of himself, they're allowed on.
Wait, so you're allowed to clone yourself and come onto the field?
You are allowed to do that in this. Oh, a stun on the creeps. Interesting one. As he's going in with the Grimstroke. Oh, this. Oh, good use as the Aegis is taken down.
BKB activated.
The 2 BKBs are in, and this Macropyre is causing serious harm on everyone.
Oh.
Kira's down, but the Sven and Pango are down in the Macropyre. It's the Primal tries to get out. Can't. He's been tackled. And they're taking the building down with this Ags on the Razor. Kunkka looking a little low, but the cheese coming in. The coach throws in the cheese. Eats it. He looks bright as day. And that's 2 big buybacks, Ron. I don't know.
Now, do we know specifically what kind of cheese the coach threw in there?
It looked like cheddar.
I think it might have been a Kraft Square.
Oh, we love a Kraft Square here. Sponsored by Kraft, of course.
Support your local craft beers, gentlemen.
On this Razor. The good thing about this team, they can keep on going. No big cooldowns that I can see. What a great draft once again from the coach.
The coach really has outdone himself here.
Wow. And this Manta actually looking not too bad. Allows him to kind of spread his damage and kind of confuse the opposition. Oh, and he used it to push out the side lane as he passes it down the left-hand side. A through ball to the Kunkka.
It's worth knowing that Razor now has an Aghanim Scepter. So he's going to be doing a lot more damage to those buildings and those heroes.
Thank you, Teddy. I mentioned in the cast, but it might have gotten lost. Good to bring it back up. He really chunks through those buildings on the right-hand side. Oh, they're looking to do the Tormentor. Ron, it's back up. Not a bad objective.
I don't even know if Bird wants to do it. I mean, he just wants to farm. At this point, he needs this Daedalus.
They can't do it, the 2 of them. They need the full team. A little bit of miscommunication is now the mid lane's getting pushed in. They're going to have to defend that. Oh, with the smoke, sponsored by Mountain Dew.
And here comes Head as well. This Blink Dagger could help him catch up to Bird. This
Will
could
he
be
blink?
dangerous. He's not doing it, though. He's done it too late, and he's axed himself.
man.
Absolute disaster on the field.
Can we get a replay sponsored by Nestle?
Womp, womp, womp.
They're still smoked up. I would love for them to get an Assault Cuirass or a Gem still. I think that would really... Oh, and I see on the Headmassif Kunkka, he's queuing up an Assault Cuirass. Recognizing that... Oh, and a fight's breaking out.
A fight is happening, and Evil Teddy could be in trouble here, but no BKB again from Hunter.
Man, Ice Path.
Oh, and they're melting in this Macropyre. Oh, it's not looking good as... Oh, failed Force Staff on the
might
grip.
just get hit, and there it is.
And there's
They've thrown in the towel.
Wow, and they're still going for kills. I love to see that ruthlessness. Touchdown, James.
Woo.
Second half coming up soon. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you,
Can I
Ron.
get a drag into Team 2?
That was one
You can.
hell of a game. I was not expecting it to be that one-sided. I really wasn't. God damn, that was impressive.
We can return for a bit while he's gone.
Oh, thank fuck.
No, they got the English lads on the panel. All right, then.
Wait, lads. Right. Where the fuck are we going with this game? Because that was a bit of a fucking joke.
I love that cast. I did see a few complaints, but overall, I think the lads love that.
Who the fuck complained? Shouldn't ban them.
Toffee. Toffee and Bean. Get them out.
No, that was a pretty good game.
I was definitely I was fucking cackling under my breath.
Has game 2 started yet? Sorry, has game 2 started yet?
Oh, it hasn't. No. Game 1 has just finished.
I just caught the end of it.
You caught the end. Oh god.
Have you witnessed the American cast?
What's that?
Oh, did you watch in game?
Yeah.
Oh god.
You didn't see the American cast. Okay.
No, I didn't.
We did an entire game of American cast.
Right, I'm not going to
literally non-stop.
Like NFL, baseball, literally anything you can think of to reference.
We had the Doritos First Blood, the Mountain Dew Smoky Deceit.
Wait, did you do it with the accent?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I looked. Your stream wasn't live, so I.
No, it's Super doing the stream.
Okay. I am live, by the way. I was gonna do game 2 of this, and then I was gonna do the 9:30 game, which was Mancaf.
Yeah, by all means, go for it.
You're gonna have to run analysis with Thomas because he's also a caster here.
Noted.
He's
Brian, Ron, and Terry.
Yeah.
Brian, Ron, and Terry.
I'm Ron.
You're
However,
Ron.
I think Thomas misread Terry and started calling Super Teddy instead. So it's Brian, Ron, and Teddy. I'm Ron.
Okay.
Ron?
Can I be Teddy then? Because that's my name anyway.
that would be easier.
So obviously Thomas will join after the draft. He's got to do that for his team first.
Yeah.
Does he has to jump in this channel though, right?
He'll get dragged in.
No, I mean he has to
Yeah,
get
he'll
in.
jump in
Yeah.
the channel.
I got you.
Lobby thing.
So he'll be in the lobby. Okay. This is his team, is it?
It is, yeah. Team. And it's actually Eddie who's been jumped up to the new manager for Team Badlads.
Well, I'd never seen Headmassif play Kunkka before.
No, neither had we.
I've got to say,
kind
that
of
was new to me.
kind of impressed by it, to be fair.
Oh, did he do? Oh, he's a gamer, isn't he? Head's a gamer.
We're a little bit sceptical
All the
about.
bad lads are straight in.
Yeah, they don't want to hang about.
They're lost and they want to get back in.
They want to get on with their evening.
No mucking about. You don't want to be last out on the field because it shows you haven't got the right mentality.
Although it does also mean more time standing around looking scared, which no doubt they are. I think they're terrified. I think they're absolutely terrified. They just got handled.
I've muted Ted and Pyrion just for this bit while I talk to stream. I will close the stream down, and obviously Ted's going to be covering game 2, so if you want to carry on watching, by all means, jump over there. Jonas can probably pick up the stream from there as well. Catch you all later. Thank you for tuning in.
So wait, is this? It says 029. Does that mean that was the end of the previous game? Oh no, it hasn't started yet.
Cackling under my breath.
Has game 2 started yet? Sorry, has game 2 started yet?
Oh, it hasn't. No. Game 1 has just finished.
I just caught the end of it.
You caught the end. Oh god.
Did you have you witnessed the American cast?
What's that?
Oh, did you watch in game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you didn't
God.
see the American cast?
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
We did an entire game of American cast,
Alright, I'm not going to be up
like
for
literally non-stop.
that.
NFL, baseball, literally anything
Yeah.
you can think of to reference.
We had the Doritos First Blood, the Mountain Dew Smoking Deceit.
Wait, did you do it with the accent?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I looked. Your stream wasn't live, so I didn't.
No,
see
it's super doing the stream.
Okay. I am live, by the way. I was gonna do game 2 of this, and then I was gonna do the 9:30 game, which was Mancaf.
Yeah, by all means, go for it.
You're gonna have to run analysis with Thomas because he's also a caster here.
Noted. Brian,
just
Ron, and Terry.
Yeah.
Brian, Ron, and Terry.
I'm Ron.
You're Ron.
However, I think Thomas misread Terry and started calling Super Teddy instead. So it's Brian, Ron, Teddy. I'm Ron.
Okay.
Ron?
Can I be Teddy then? Because that's my name anyway.
that would be easier.
But obviously, Thomas will join after the draft. He's got to do that for his team first.
Yeah.
Does he has to jump in this channel though, right?
He'll get dragged in.
No, I mean he has to get in.
Yeah, he'll jump in the channel.
Yeah.
I got you.
Lobby thing.
So he'll be in the lobby. Okay. This is his team, is it?
It is, yeah. Team. And it's actually Eddie who's been jumped up to the new manager for Team Badlads.
Well, I'd never seen Headmassif play Kunkka before.
No,
I've got to say that was new to me.
I'm impressed by it, to be fair.
Oh, did he do? Oh, he's a gamer, isn't he? Head's a gamer.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Juravi just resubbed
little bit
for
skeptical.
82 months.
Straight in. They're
they don't
straight
wanna
off
hang
they're
about.
lost and they want to get back in.
They want to get on with their evening.
No mucking about. You don't want to be last out on the field because it shows you haven't got the right mentality.
Although it does also mean more time standing around looking scared, which no doubt they are.
Fierce.
I think they're terrified. I think they're absolutely terrified. They just got handled.
I was listening to the Stephen Fry
I've
Greek
muted Ted Empire just for this bit while I talk
audio
to
books.
stream. I will
Side.
close the stream down, and obviously Ted's going to be covering game 2, so if you want to carry on watching, by all means, jump over there. Jonas can probably pick up the stream from there as well. Thank you for tuning in.
Llama, Teddy, Wad. Oh man, what went so wrong for Badlands?
It was just a bit of a sussy draft.
I see. I did notice that the lads
I
again
don't
struggled
think
against
Venge
Razor.
is like a hero at all. I don't know why they locked the Venge in.
So she is quite popular, apparently.
Is she?
Yeah, someone was saying the other night that on the pro scene she's okay. Like she's quite popular. Because I think that let me just check the changes they made to Venge.
Nice jump, Alistair.
But first of all, she's universal.
NRKT-SRCT just resubbed for 1 month.
Thank you. The Vengeance Aura is plus 28% base damage, which is nice. The Wave of Terror gives attack damage reduction 30%. So it's like a debuff for everyone that you catch with the Wave of Terror. It's pretty big. I mean, her stun is still dog shit, 1.7 seconds. I feel like they could maybe up the damage on that or something. I don't know. And swap is still, I think, too short range at early levels. 800 doesn't make a difference. It should be more like 1100 at all levels, something like that. Maybe that would be too strong. But I feel like the hero otherwise is just kind of useless, like you say. But
and they
apparently
had
it's...
as well, which is also not very useful. They had this Grimstroke Primal combo, which I thought was going to be like really good. And then Hunter didn't do anything for the entire game.
Yeah.
Like he actually had a pretty decent time of it in lane. And they definitely could have gone for a lot more kills, but it just felt like neither of them had any idea what they're doing. And I think that fits for Hunter because Hunter generally has no idea what he's doing.
Right.
So
I think there's a lot of scared dotes.
There is quite a lot of scared dotes, yeah.
And a lot of posse 3s that just want to farm. And you can't do that. If you're up against a pos 3 who's going to run at people, you need to do that as well. And I think, we have kind of found, I think quite often there's a tendency for them to want to put the person who goes pos 3 is just someone who they haven't got room for them as a support. So they elevate them to pos 3.
I know, but then why would you lock them in on Primal? I mean, I know Hunter plays Primal, but it doesn't feel like he plays Primal at this level.
You got to just be a bit crazy. You just got to fucking go for it.
Because I respect the guys who are like, yeah, I can play Primal. I'm really good at it. I can make like absolute cause chaos in the team fights. But then you don't do that. You don't do any of those things. Like he didn't make any plays early on. He didn't like TP to any lanes and help out. He didn't. Even when he bought his BKB, he waited until he was stunned for about 5 seconds before he used his BKB.
Yeah.
He didn't just when he was charging use it and make good use of his spell.
So
it was all very shit.
I think one of the oldest, if you like, problems that we've had with the goons and BKBs is they think that you hold on to it until the last possible second and then use it. Like you use it once they've stunned you or once they've started doing something, then you use it. But for an initiating hero, Axe, Primal Beast, Beastmaster, you BKB, then you go in. Because the key is that you are starting the fight. If you run in without it, they're gonna fucking stun you. And then you've lost the impetus. The whole momentum is gone. So I think quite often the lads are so terrified of running the timer on their BKB down. Just get it down to 6 seconds. Get it down to 6 seconds. Just fucking use it every chance you get. It doesn't matter. 6 seconds is plenty of fucking time for you to do your job. Just fucking get in there. BKB, blink in, grab someone, bam, 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 charge around. Job done. And the rest of your team will back you up. But they want to hold on to it, hold on to it, hold on to it. I don't know why. I don't know why that's got into their head.
You're ready, right, you two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Ready, go.
Primal is fun. He's just a hero I haven't played a huge amount of, but I really think I should. He is a lot of fun.
It's just one of those heroes where you've got to throw common sense out the window. I can't. There's no other word.
He is a primal beast.
Like as soon as you literally as soon as you get the primal urge to get stuck in, you do it. You don't make like second thoughts. You don't turn away.
Brain no think.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining. Dire team ban.
So it's a Eddie coach on Badlads versus a
Coach
Brian
Thomas.
coach on
Brian, sorry,
10
yeah.
seconds
Yeah, Brian.
remaining.
I've played Primal a bit, and I did enjoy
5
it.
seconds remaining.
I think Plague is... Where is Plague? Why did someone say Plague? Lol, Plague is waiting and bulletproof.
Radiant team ban.
Did he think he was casting?
So I said, gonna cast the 9:30 game, and he said yes.
Well, it's not 9:30.
Yeah, that's the next series.
Dire
Yeah.
team ban.
Yeah, we can do that as a trio, the old trio. Because I can only do one more
10
game of the
seconds
Amerikanski
remaining.
cast.
Yeah, that was a
5
little
seconds
difficult to
remaining.
maintain.
It was funny though.
It was
I
definitely
liked
fun,
it so
yeah.
much.
Oh, so Plague, when I said the 9:30 game, he thought that was the name of a team.
Radiant team ban. Seconds
Whose
remaining.
mic is on? Super.
Yeah, I had to really alter
5
my settings
seconds
just because
remaining.
of the... Apparently I was really quiet on my stream, so I've really altered it and butchered it.
I see.
Let me just try and revert some of it back.
Kunka banned. They don't want to see Headmassif's Kunka again.
They,
That's
so they
something.
picked Kunka last game. I don't particularly know why they banned it. Kunka was not the issue. It was them. Them
Right.
was the issue.
Well, the lads always think it's the draft.
They can't ban themselves.
No,
10
I
seconds
wish they
remaining.
could, but they can't.
I've tried. I tried to push it through, but I got shouted
5
down. So
seconds remaining.
Is there a 2-minute delay? There's no delay.
there's no delay. Yeah. We trust people.
I mean, if you cheat, it's blatantly fucking obvious. You're just going to get banned anyway.
Yeah. So last game, the bans were pretty similar from. They banned out this CK last game as well. I don't know. Maybe there's like a CK offlane
Dire
specialist or
team
something.
ban.
They don't want to play against that, and they did the Oracle ban as well. I think they're just rolling the exact same bans. I think they've got a plan in
10
mind.
seconds remaining.
Coach Brian has has obviously done his
5
research.
seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
And that's the Darkseer band as well from Badlads, which I guess is against Head. They seem to be focusing Head quite badly, but they left this Tide in. Maybe they just don't mind playing against Tide.
Well, Wad's on the same team as the Oracle band, so who is it on Badlads? Is Bird a Oracle player or Hunter or someone?
Oh, I don't know. I was trying to figure that out. Couldn't quite do it. But Kxavic was 5. So.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, by the way, Ted, do you want the overlay for the Goon International
Radiant
thing?
Oh yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, I'll bring that over to you.
Gyrocopter opener, that is a strong opener.
It is.
It
This
is
hero
business.
is fucking ridiculous.
So actually, one thing that happened last game was the old classic, everyone jamming their supports early, and then it turned out that like every fucking
10
carry under the sun
seconds
got banned. So I think they've altered
5
their
seconds
strategy
remaining.
here, and they just want to get their chosen carry in first. And to be honest, I don't even know what you pick against Jaro. I mean, I literally have no idea. Like, if someone picked Jaro, I wouldn't know. Like, I picked this to counter it. Maybe Razor is good. They did Razor last game.
Reckon Teddy again? Did very well with it, so I'd imagine it'd be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, judging from what Thomas said, it's probably Teddy mid because it didn't sound like Head could
10
play it.
seconds remaining.
I mean, it's sort of shut down
5
so many of the
seconds
actual mid
remaining.
laners that you'd think could go against it, and it does destroy a lot of carries.
Dire team ban.
It's not the fancy, flashy mid that you'd sort of get from like a Void Spirit or Storm or an Ember who's just zipping about making the plays. It's just a brick wall who runs at you and says, what are you going to do?
10 seconds remaining.
The fuck going on in Miami, bruh? What is that a reference
5
to?
seconds remaining.
On this
What?
overlay, there's a picture of Rubik saying, the fuck going on in
Radiant
Miami,
team
bruh?
back.
And question marks around his head.
Don't
There's
know,
a
Jeff.
fried egg, which I get. There's a goose, which I get. There's 2 wards with a sausage, that I get. And then there's a picture of Rubik saying, the fuck going on in Miami, bruh?
I didn't even realise that that's what he said. Not sure,
seconds
it's
remaining.
Ralga speciality.
Messi
5
reference.
seconds remaining. Radiant
We were
team
dropping a
pick.
lot of Messi references last game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
basically-
we're just it's just so funny the way the American
Yeah.
NFL casters, not NFL, MLS casters.
Messi!
talk about
Still Messi!
Messi!
Messi! With
He's
the
on
shot!
Oh my god!
What a score!
What a player!
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, if I was the MLS, I'd be fucking delighted to get
5
Messi
seconds
playing there.
remaining. Dire
I
team
think
It's
he's
like
really
credibility.
happy as well. He literally just turns up, probably doesn't need to train that much.
Yeah.
Just knocks a couple goals in and goes home for the day.
I mean, I get the impression that nobody wants to tackle him. They might have even been told, guys, this has come down from the league on high. Whatever you do, do not injure Messi. If you injure Messi,
seconds
you're out of the fucking league.
5 seconds remaining.
So how much did they actually pay for him?
Nothing, I think.
I didn't even think it was that much in the end.
I mean, he's 35 or whatever. The contract is the big thing, right?
Yeah, 'cause you got to think that's like massive advertisement for the team, and the amount of marketing they're going to get just off him joining is huge.
I just figured American fans wouldn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of them would have probably watched the World Cup.
I guess.
America didn't do too horribly the last couple,
Didn't
did
they?
they?
I didn't think they even made it to the last World Cup, did they? Maybe they did.
They,
Oh, I think I remember, and they were dog shit, if I remember rightly.
They drew to us 1-1 and it was all not a 0-0, sorry, and it was all very shit.
Was I thinking about the women's team maybe?
Oh, they gave him shares, did they? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, Apple have given him a load of money. Apple, one of the most rich companies in the
10
world,
seconds remaining.
had some money to spare to give to Messi.
5
Oh,
seconds remaining.
The lads have done it.
They've gone Rubik. They've gone Razor Jakiro. That's what won last time.
Yep.
I
There's
think
a reason this
generally-
limit exists though on the overlay.
Why?
It's because goons are fucking terrible at Rubik.
They do love picking this hero.
Yeah, this I don't really know what Eddie is doing, to be honest. I mean the Jaro is good, but you need like a nice, strong, safe draft. At least if you're gonna lose, like at least you want to get some solid game time in where you can gel as a unit. I don't know if Rubik's going to do that. It's just going to be all disconnected, and everyone's going to just be miserable when the game ends.
What injury is that, David? The baseball injury. What do you mean, the baseball injury?
Is that the one where like your elbow?
That's Tommy John's.
Like,
Who got injured? Say it isn't Shohei Ohtani.
Seconds remaining.
I'm looking. What do you...
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, but Ohtani was injured, but he's back.
Radiant team pick.
I love the audacity of Hiroga to just drop like a random meme that no one has ever seen here.
Just bizarre.
Into the International fucking overlay, and it has no relation to the International at all.
10 seconds.
It's just some random fucking 6-second clip.
Oh, so Shohei
5
Ohtani
seconds
tore his
remaining.
ulnar collateral ligament during his last start
Ulna's
on
your arm.
Wednesday.
Is your lower arm? Your ulnar?
I don't know.
People will know. I think it's the lower. I'm probably wrong.
I mean, so Shohei Ohtani is a phenomenal baseball player because he can pitch and he can hit, which is super unheard of. Like that's hardly ever a thing. So in major, they call this new rule.
Corrin 101 just resubed for 21 months, hello Flax. Cracking mailbag episode this week, he laughed many times.
Thank you. So in baseball, you have 9 hitters, right?
Sure.
It used to be in the like there are 2 leagues. There's the American League and the National League. In the National League, the pitchers had to hit. So whoever was your pitcher at that point had to hit the ball. Now you could sub them out, but then you'd have to replace him with a pitcher for the next inning when you were
Interesting. I didn't
pitching.
realize you just were allowed to do that.
You could sub all the time. You can
Because
sub.
in cricket, everyone has to do everything. There's no like
5 seconds
you know
remaining.
slacking. You get off that. Even that guy who fucking
Nice jump,
he,
Alistair.
like broke his
Alex
in the
Trattino Basso
action, he, like,
Bisgood
broke
just
his hand.
resubed
He
for
was still
23
like,
months,
you gotta go
remainder
back.
for
I'm
Ted
sorry,
to turn on
but you're on the
AKS
team
Mic
at the
14
start,
game
so you gotta go
ticket.
back.
Yeah. Well, they've picked Bristle into AA, which is a bold choice, but hey, whatever. Yeah. So the American League, which is like the Yankees and all that, they have the designated
10
hitter, so the
seconds
pitcher
remaining.
doesn't hit. Then they changed the rule so that the pitcher across both
5
leagues
seconds
doesn't have to
remaining.
hit ever. And the reason they did this is so that you can have a designated hitter. So if you have Shohei Ohtani in your team who can pitch and hit, you can have him as a pitcher for 5 innings, and if he's also listed as the designated hitter, he can also hit. And then when you take him out of the game as a pitcher, he can continue to hit for you. They call it like the Shohei rule, because they basically changed this rule because he's such a superstar. They were like, well, we need to promote this because this guy is like
5
a
seconds
huge draw.
remaining.
Like, he's one of the biggest names in baseball. Shohei Ohtani has a great name. Shohei Ohtani is a fucking great name. This guy's a great pitcher. He's a great hitter. And he's a fucking giant. And he's really good looking. So he's like the poster boy of the MLB. So they were like, fuck, we need to get him in as many innings as we can. We need Shohei playing. So they made it so that you can have the designated hitter so your pitcher never has to hit. It was kind of a big thing. But now he's fucked. He's injured. And the thing is, he's out of contract. And the Angels want to sign him to an extension. But apparently he's like kind of bummed out and might want to leave. The Mets are like, we want him. I would love if Shohei Ohtani came to the Mets. However, if he's injured, he might be out for a year. Tommy John surgery, you were
10
out for a
seconds
full
remaining.
year with that shit. And then when he comes back, he might not be the same player that he was.
5 seconds remaining.
What they do is with Tommy John's surgery, they take a ligament from somewhere else in your body and they put it in your arm to repair it. Because pitching is so fucking bad for your arm. That's why pitchers can only pitch like once every 5 or 6 days, like as a starting pitcher,
team pick.
because it's so much strain on the ligaments
Yeah.
and the joints They're always fucking their elbows, fucking their shoulders. Like, shoulders going, elbows going. And once they've gone, it's really, really fucking hard for them to come back to their best. The best pitchers are really good pitchers, but who also just never picked up these terrible injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is also the home run leader. Yeah. He's insane. He's insanely good. Viper.
Well, they got it against the Bristleback. I'm surprised they didn't ban that out.
Got to do something. They got AA and Viper against Bristol.
Well, you know, Viper's not amazing, and they.
5
Okay,
seconds
so
remaining.
what do they need? They need probably a carry.
Unless they
So
want
they
Bristleback
haven't got much
carry.
bonus time.
I wouldn't want to go Bristle carry with the 2
No,
counters.
they got
Choose your
Bristleback
hero.
carry. And they're going the Razor off lane, which is fair enough. No, they're going the Razor carry and the Bristleback off lane. So the Razor is now
Interesting.
carry against Centaur, which is probably pretty fine. Although Razor's not that good against Ruby because you can just get sent away whenever you try and go on someone. So it's a mixed bag.
Also, he can nick the static link and he can leash all the damage that Razor is stealing. He can take it. Not that it's any good for Gyro, but
I think team have decided on their support heroes for probably the rest of the tournament because that's 2 in a row for the old James Jakira and Dav Ogre.
I mean, to be fair, James did fucking good work in the last game.
did
Yeah,
it?
he did, and
Well,
Dav did not bad on Ogre.
So I have heard of the Savannah Bananas. Why would I think it would be a mockery of baseball? Who thinks that? Is that an opinion that people have expressed? It's meant to be fun. All sport is meant to be fun. We've forgotten this. It's now become business. And it's all serious, serious, serious. It's fucking entertainment. It's meant to be fun. I don't understand when we got away from that, other than the fact that all the money men got involved, and suddenly it's become a big deal. I mean, now it's all about the result. It's not about having fun. It's awful. I think Dav is a permanent replacement. I don't know.
Here's, I think Shaq has left the Discord from what I last heard.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Really?
That's the last I've heard, yeah. So unless he's come back, he's
Time to pop out the bubbly.
I'm just popping the loo.
When he gets back, it's going to be full America time.
Yep, bring
I'm bringing him
Ryan
in.
up.
God, I can't reach him. Hello, Brian. Welcome back.
And hello, and I was just giving my team a little bit of final advice. Where are we? I can't see. Oh, here we are. We're joined by a new caster. Who do we have here?
He is now Teddy. We've got new Teddy in, and old Teddy is now
Brayden, maybe.
It was Greg. Sorry,
Greg.
yeah.
Oh, Greg.
Fucking
Greg's
hell,
name, but-
Greg.
Joining us all the way from Illinois, it's Greg.
Hello guys, how you doing?
Not Italy, it's important to note. Illinois.
Yeah.
Wait, did that sound Italian?
I think so. I wasn't really listening, as normal.
I think stick to the deep South accent.
Ron, what do we think about
I
these
can definitely
lineups?
do.
A very different team from Badlands coming out.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they just wanted to mix things up a bit. I like the early gyro pickup.
And we got an
gonna
early
start
goal on
immediately in the mid lane. Rocket immediately
Wow,
takes
that's
now.
the first blood for James. He had a great game on Takira last game. Can he repeat?
We apologize to everybody who's watching on stream. You did not see that. You had a lovely view of the commenter room.
Of course, sometimes you got to give it to
The
them.
battle
As
begins.
we pan the camera to the members of the audience, it's not quite time for the Tinder-sponsored kiss cam. And I hear a door slam, and that's our latest.
That could be
co-commentator.
Teddy coming back to us
Teddy,
on the
Teddy
casting panel.
live.
Hi guys, sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
You missed the first blood, a first touchdown coming.
I think you mean the Doritos first. blood.
Doritos First Blood,
Doritos first blood.
brought to you by Arby's.
Yep, that's the one.
Who got it? Sorry, I mean, who got it?
James.
James, the up-and-coming youngster. I mean, he absolutely ripped Badlads apart in the first game, but he's looking like he's ready to do it again.
And you've gotta. What do you think about these drafts, Ron? I mean, very different. Do you see an edge on either side?
I mean, obviously, the Viper strong against the Bristleback. I'm surprised that the coach on did not think about that when picking the Bristleback up, but maybe they had a plan. Do you have any insight on that?
I do, and I'm hearing from the coach that they thought they were gonna pick Necrophos. The Viper may have got them a bit blindsided. Luckily, I think this Quap should do all right against this Viper.
Quap is doing a lot. However, the corrosive skin on Viper very good at matching the harass from the dagger.
By the way, Thomas, your American accent is surprisingly good.
It's almost like I'm half
American.
He has a very American dad.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I
mean, alrighty then!
And there's a little bit of aggression coming out, but nothing too crazy as this Daff is getting a little low, but so far nothing
down the bottom.
Daff trying to zone him out here, keep him out of his end zone.
Yep, that end zone is currently warded with a sentry ward. Gotta wonder, will he get that D ward?
Daff Ogre. Iconic in sports.
We have seen it throughout the last 5 or 6 seasons, and it's torn through the Goon TI League. Can he repeat in this game 2 in the second half?
Evil Teddy struggling against this Viper, and he is taking a metric pound of damage. I'm trying to think of what measurements they have. 3 quarts of damage there, doled out.
A half cup of damage.
Half a cup.
He's trying to sack that quarterback, this Quap quarterback. It's a tough matchup.
Picking up the water rune, this is going to give him a bit more fuel, but I don't know how he can survive against this Viper. It's looking really bad, Brian.
I think he's just got to make it out the laning stage, get his level 6, and then do a play where he throws the ball to the top or the bottom side of the court.
Hit that running back, or maybe the halfback, or maybe even the tight end. Try and pull something out of this defense. It's a nickel defense in the bot lane.
That's exactly right, Teddy. And Greg, what do we think about this gyro carry first hit?
Well, I must say I'm not a fan of the gyro myself.
Oh, you're a country boy.
Yes, I'm from the deep south, sir.
Greg's coming at us from the deep south.
Well, sir, I don't know about this.
This is trouble for Rucketman. Sorry to interrupt this riveting chat, but Rucket taking a lot of deeps.
Oh, but that miss uphill will guarantee that the bottle gets off. As the water bottle given to him by the coach does not get knocked out of his hand by the football.
He is drinking that cola while he's still under the effects of this dagger, so he got no heal at all from that. It's a goddamn shame.
The bottle sponsored by Gatorade.
Gatorade's bottle of the day. Brought to you by Kodak.
Yep, that's how the sponsors work. And
our State Farm player of the game so far is BL Hunter.
Oh, this. So far, not a lot of action happening in the lanes.
It's just
Hunter had an absolutely shocking game last time. I don't know what was going on.
Oh, and Teddy gets the kill.
It's a return kill. A kill for a kill.
He's going to absolutely take that in the lane he's been having. He will absolutely love that kill to take forward.
And Teddy, you've got to imagine he might enjoy the trip back to base, having run out of all his regen. It might be worth it, as he kind of brings the ball back to the 10-yard line.
Now, I got a question for you, gentlemen. Now,
yes,
when it comes to taking that trip down memory lane, and when you fall to your opponent like that, does the actual net worth difference that you actually get from being second man down actually outweigh the experience?
It's not about the XP. This is a big misconception that we see from a lot of the fans. It's about that XP.
Yeah, experience.
You really get a great XP advantage over that kill first.
And especially in a tough lane matchup.
Teddy is much closer to level 6, the big Siete, than Rucketman. Our MVP in the top lane is James, brought to you by State Farms.
You're absolutely right, Teddy. This James character, we saw him last half on the Jakiro, throwing balls left, right, and center, stopping the opposition with his blocks. Ice blocks, particularly.
I saw a 4-man ice path right at the death of the game there. All of them standing in the goddamn macro pyre like idiots.
It was a great pick. You gotta think the coach who did the drafting was a genius. I don't know who it could be. Definitely not me.
Ned Wortleston.
Something I will say is, considering game 1, this has become a much more even affair.
Why, yes, it has. This is a much more even affair.
I do concur.
Well, I do believe this has been a much more even affair, gentlemen. If you will. The Quap is making a movement to the bottom lane. I wonder what she will do there. She looks to be rotating on these two heroes, BL Hunter and BL He Who Hungers. But she's the one who's hungry for kills. Sorry to cut you off there, Roger, or whatever your name is.
He's Brian, I'm Ron.
I'm Brian.
Sorry,
You got
Brian.
Ron. That's alright, that's alright. It looks like with the 6s, will he make an aggressive move on this low HP Viper? The dagger
It looks
comes...
like he is, and it's gonna go really badly for Rucketman, but maybe some damage coming out.
He's gonna die.
He goes down.
That's
But
like
again, another XP diff for the Quap.
It's like watching a crawfish fight a crawdaddy. Ain't no winners there. A catfish could win this fight, maybe, but not no crawdaddy.
Oh, and you love to see it from Daff stealing the Wisdom Rune. This is the
might pay the ultimate price. But
he's got that Lotus, and we've seen defensive players with this Lotus.
They might turn around here.
Wait, no messing about here from Hunter. Not Hunter, sorry. Hunter is messing about.
Oh, the teleport. Can he get it
That's
off?
bold.
Oh!
That's bold.
Not only does he not get it off,
Hunter is gonna go down here as well.
Hunter could have TP'd, didn't. Oh, that's a great move from James.
A wonderful kill there for the Radiant
James
team.
not in that move at all, actually, but the team, indeed.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I believe he might have been referring to Evil Teddy.
I believe he may. That might be right.
And you know what? Gentlemen, that's a mistake for me, but Teddy picks up the rune. Rucketman forgetting it's 8 minutes. Arming the wave. Could cost him with a double damage.
Evil Teddy picking up an Observer Ward there, too, to accelerate his position.
Nice jump, Alistair.
While this boy's running wild.
921 just resubbed
Yep, and that's
19 months.
a double
full time.
damage sponsored by Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. Dr. Double Damage Dre, they call him. Around Louisiana parts.
That's the DD coming at you. That's the first DD I can think of, but that's our sponsor.
And a worthy sponsor as well.
Lane, this ancient apparition is getting assaulted by this bristleback.
And he's going to go down here. James with the fiery breath. And I don't know what Bird is doing here. He's going to go down. This is crazy.
And it's a beautiful throw from James as he passes it to his bristleback in the end zone. Touchdown! Oh, this Centaur, not level 6 yet, is getting beaten down again.
Yo, this is
Rucketman is going to take another trip to the fountain.
I mean, they score the field goal once again, and that double damage coming to cost this Viper.
Well, maybe the Viper is just one thirsty boy. He likes going to that fountain quite a bit.
Great insight from Greg.
Just how far south are you, Greg?
He gonna be getting some collard greens and some fried chicken. That's what I'm talking about. Down here in Louisiana, we like some Creole cooking.
Yep, this second quarter obviously moved from California to Texas.
This is trouble again for Greg. He's struggling big time.
It's Lionel Messi. What a nice pass.
Brought to you by Cool Doritos.
Cool and nice.
They'll refresh your mouth and your body. And your mind. And your wallet.
All three of those things.
All three.
And Ron, this Viper now getting up the shield rune. This could be an avenue back into the game.
He needs something big here because he's absolutely blown at any opportunity he had. He needs to get some ganks going. I don't know if just sticking in the mid lane is the play anymore. I think you need to kind of force off the other lanes.
I can only say a couple of words like a Kiwi.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Legs.
Decrepit Golem
He's
just
got
resubbed
4
for
legs
27
on the
months.
centaur. 4 legs. And this Rubik with a nice pickup in a lift.
Oh, this,
Evil
he's
Teddy
been
might
caught
be in
out.
trouble, but he's got the legs to get out of here. Legs.
Oh, he looks like he might go down. This could be a mistake from Teddy, not TPing immediately.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh.
Teddy!
Oh.
Teddy! He's made it!
Evil Teddy makes it out and he gets a fat old bottle from his.
Uh-oh, Kxavic in big trouble
his
top.
glitch in the fountain.
Ice Path brought to you by Gatorade!
And Gatorade, ice pathing since 1932, can you believe it?
Dire's top tower. is
1932.
under
Wow, that is quite a while.
And we see the Viper TPing to the top lane, trying to make a play around the back, but the defense just allowing him to gain a couple yards, but not a touchdown. Great move.
Now, I don't believe they can even do much to this tanky boy, even if they do get to him, I do say.
I said, Rubik!
Now, the two-headed man, them, I think they can kill.
And Ron, what do we think about this Midas on the Razor? Do you think that's securing the late game, or
And
maybe...
Midas has been very popular amongst the top tier carry plays in the International recently. And I think it's just a way to make sure he keeps up with this Gyro, who's really going to accelerate his farm when he gets his eggs.
Yep, oh, here he goes on He Who Hungers.
is under attack.
Oh, man.
And there's that lift,
Oh.
there's that lift interaction I talked about. Not so great here for the
Think I'm going down
Razor against the Rubik.
Dire
But he might still
Oh,
go down. That
my
was a crazy move there.
Yeah.
from Hungers.
Crazy move there!
Eddie, I don't know about you, but this game is looking pretty spooky. Oh, and a good teleport out from Teddy, recognizing the lack of stuns on this defensive-minded quarterback.
I mean, if we
Doesn't
take a
make
look at the old net worth here. We can
Yeah, let's
clearly
take a
see.
little old look at that net worth. Razor, leading the way. Followed by Bristleback, brought to you by Ned's Bristles out of Missouri. And then Queen of
Yep, I
Pain,
concur.
evil Teddy. That's what my
Evil
wife
Teddy.
calls me when she don't bring me my coffee in the morning.
That's a great joke, Teddy.
Oh my god.
Dire's middle tower is
No woman on the panel, interestingly enough.
It's not a place for women.
And I do agree with that statement. As a as the Bristleback is stepping forward quite aggressively.
Can the break come down? He hasn't skilled break yet. This is crazy.
They got him
Viper
anyway.
takes him out.
They got him anywho.
Hunter gets killed by the Quap.
And Evil Teddy is going to get stunned here. No, he just gets out, but then Hunter lays down the stun.
Oh,
That's
the
a nice
back
fire hit
fire.
from James. Here comes Bird. He's trying to rectify this fight.
Oh,
Maybe get
that's
his
a
Hunter
great
out.
gyrocopter roll. Oh, that just get out.
But only
As
the
the-
1 point in the Rocket Barrage. Not able to do any work here.
Dire's bottom tower.
Oh,
Going back in.
Mommy B!
Nice one.
Mommy's Biddy's gonna be in trouble.
He needs to
Savage
pop that
going
Lotus.
down.
He
Oh,
needs
that
to
is
pop
high
in.
level.
Use the
He's not-
Lotus.
Oh,
Use the
it's-
goddamn Lotus. Eat a tree. He gonna eat that
He's
tree,
gonna
boy.
be
He
killed.
running.
That is an insane play, Brian.
He's okay.
And
That's just
luckily,
heads up,
Dire's
Dota.
bottom tower is under attack.
this Viper stepping forward just a little bit. Ice Blast is up in 4 seconds. We could see a crazy
Oh, that's
play.
a
Nice
Thank you
pick
for
up
Teddy.
from Evil Teddy, juking and jiving.
He passed it above the defensive line and finds the wing back.
Wing back.
The
And
wider.
he's going to be a little bit careful if he goes in.
Sadly,
He won't make
too.
that choice,
Dire's
but he's
middle
still
tower
looking for
is
something.
under attack.
You gotta think, what are they looking for on Badlands? The Centaur's not going for a blink dagger.
Oh,
Dire's bottom
that's a
tower
lovely
is
heads-up
under
play
attack.
there from the Queen of Pain.
Heck of a juke from Evil Teddy.
Oh, meanwhile, in the bot lane, Cool Llama manages to destroy the first down post.
Has fallen.
And he's going again for this mantle. We saw it put in a lot of work last game. Brian, what do you think about this?
I don't know. I'm gonna refer to Greg on this one. Greg, what do you think?
Now, I was a big doubter in the first game, But I think that even Teddy had some massive influence over the draft and not so much of the items that Cole Llama's using for this.
Yeah.
So I think it could definitely do well.
Well said,
I'm not sure
son.
what you
Well
do
said.
against the silences. There ain't really any, but
Oh, and this Big Black teleports mid lane. Looks like they want to make a play, a run through the middle of the opposition defense.
Yep. But this time Viper ready with the break. If he gets in position, he doesn't have that TP up though. This could spell absolute disaster here for the bad lads.
The A blast coming through, only knocked on Teddy as they hit the first down easily with a nice reset.
Some stats for you guys at the quarter. We
Yeah.
got fantasy points for game 1. Jesper, a.k.a. He Who Hungers, leads fantasy points with 1.408. In last place... Oh, wait, sorry. He's last, I think. And then in first place is Headmassif with 14.5. I'm sorry about
Meantime,
that.
it's a big fight. Hunter manages to get out with that stampede. That's a big play, but a big commitment too, and Head is not stopping here.
Like this guy is just going in.
He's got the pipe. He ain't used it yet. Oh,
There's the break.
They're having all kinds of trouble. The hero roll goes down. This fire brought to you by Mason's Fiery Hot Wings out of Missouri.
Headmassif in a lot of trouble here.
He's going down. The Viper goes down. The Alien Blast is going to whiff.
The Razor sponsored by AT&T.
Sponsored by Gillette Razor here. Going on Hunter.
Gillette Razor. Lightning fast. Raising. Oh, he's kind of ticking down with this dagger. I think he might be going. Oh,
he did pop.
That's embarrassing. Didn't even use. I guess minus 2 charges. But that's embarrassing.
That's
from the experienced veteran.
That is a lot of money going to Jesper.
Woo!
That can cost him.
Hunter really not opting for this Blink Dagger early. He's going for the Vanguard Blade Mail. Greg, what can you tell us about this decision?
Personally, now I think this is one hell of a mistake. The Centaur itself, he's a fine advocate of the magical damage build. Now you might not be familiar with that, but that magic build, you get an E-plate, you build up some, a nice shard in there, and your double edge is hitting like a
son of a bitch.
Exactly, like a truck on I-95 doing 140. It's gonna
I've been there and done that, Greg. Riding Harley Davidson. Oh my God. Wow. Speaking of that, the game state 9,000 gold to the Radiant team. A good advantage with this Midas. It's up to this gyrocopter to see if he gets one big throw, maybe a 60-50 yard pass to the end zone.
A Hail Mary. They're going to need a Hail Mary to level this one. Our shameful stat of the day, Kxavic lingering on a Chevrolet-sponsored 201 GPM. That's a goddamn shame.
That's a low one, and we've seen it before in seasons past, but doesn't happen a lot. Doesn't inspire much confidence if you're a fan of this team. A bit of downtime. Will the team think about doing an objective? The Tormentor's coming up. A new addition in the latest NFL season. It's an interesting one. Ron, anything you want to say about that?
I mean, we know that the coach of did stress big time on getting the Roche, getting those tormentors, just securing objectives around the map whenever you can. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get this tier 2 and head straight down for that tormentor.
Pushing this tower at tier 2 while the opposition's on a tier 1. Not quite the same yardage on those 2 towers.
It's not, but if you look at the time, in about 10 more seconds, it will be daytime, and Roshan will be coming to the bottom.
Well, that's a great point, Greg. Great bit of insight there. Roshan, of course, sponsored by Chevrolet.
This, at its core, gentlemen, this is a simple game. It's about moving the sticks and getting yardage. These guys, the yardage they're getting so far on these plays, they might have to go to the running game. They've been trying the passing game. It hasn't been working. Sometimes you got to go to the floor, get the running game going so you can unsettle your opponents. Right now, they're a little bit too obvious, a little too straightforward.
That's really what it's about. Varying up the play when the going gets rough. The illusion room for this Quap could be very useful against the Viper. Lots of dispel ability there when he tries to tackle you. An ultimate used by Gyrocopter, that could hamper the
Yes,
defense.
we're trying to get this farm together. I mean, this Axe is so late at this point. I don't know when he's going to be ready to fight.
And Ron, this Centaur Warrunner, not going for that Blink Dagger. Normally,
Yeah, I know we discussed this with Greg. He's not going for it at all. He's going for the heart next. I can't understand it.
The opposition defense, but this heart kind of lets you take more blows from the defensive line.
I mean, I'm looking at the sidelines, and his coach is going absolutely furious, pointing all over the place, trying to get attention to his Centaur Warrunner, but it looks like he's gone rogue.
Oh, we have to draw a bit of an embarrassment here. It looks like two of the heroes tried to do the Tormentor and failed, walking away in shame. The Viper and the AA. I don't like calling out mistakes like that, but what do you think, Teddy? Sometimes you think you're overconfident. What happened?
If you let the game get inside your head, you're the one gonna get played. You're meant to be playing the game, but they're getting played right now. And the only thing they can do is knuckle down, listen to their coach, and stick to their positions and follow each other as a team and trust as a team and as a team. At the moment, they ain't doing that. And looking at this Hunter, he ain't doing nothing. He's zipping 3.
It's an interesting build. I think the Blink Dagger could have served him well. He can still go for it, though.
He's relying on his running game too much, but he can't run all day. He's got to take a 100-second break every time he tries to run. They're going for the GameCube. They're going for it now. They're going to get it. Sponsored by Nintendo. It's the GameCube. They're going to get it.
Slow though. It could be
There's some counter action here. Rocketman's going to get in there. Try to take out Daff. There's the Stampede.
There's a good AA blast coming in with the ice pad. The macro power. Look at that macro power, dude. Brought to you by Doritos Extra Spicy. Evil Teddy's in here causing a ruckus.
Oh, what a nice pass. Oh, this Razor just living off the skin of his teeth.
Just barely scraping through. 4 for 2.
4 for 2. That's the score on the doors.
They're going to have to back up
we
here.
mentioned about Gabe being one of the best hot talents for the new patch.
James has been kicking ass.
He has the unique talent of tackling opposition from a range away with this ice path. What a unique ability.
And not just one person, he is taking out the whole team.
What a machine. You love to see it from such a young player kind of stepping up, making the game his own.
As it stands, I have got to be honest, this man has definitely been the MVP of this entire tournament for me so far.
We're only 2 games in, goddammit. Let's wait.
Yeah, I mean, the Dunkin' Donuts MVP has got to go. Got to go to James for me.
That's the Dunkin' Donuts Daily MVP.
Daily MVP.
Sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Sponsored, of course, by our favorite Dunkin' Donuts. Guys, I'm eating Dunkin' Donuts right now.
If it's not Dunkin', they ain't donuts. Wow,
and I've got myself one. So good. How about you guys?
I'm eating a bear claw.
Sounds delicious. Pick up Dunkin' Donuts at DunkinDonuts.com.
Sponsored by State Farms.
Now, my wife, she is a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts herself. Now, she strongly recommends the chocolate sauce that they do.
Sounds absolutely delicious. As they pick up a haste on this Razor, all the tier 2s are down. You've got to think, how do they breach this final third on the opposition?
They're in the red zone here, and this is when players become
big trouble.
legends. Hunter's going to try and run away, but he can't get out.
This Razor with a haste rune, you cannot stop him. He is
There's
that
an
fast.
AA blast could come in right here on 3, but he's just running away. That ain't team play at all.
You might call it a panic on his behalf. Without that Centaur, that big beefy linebacker, this tower is looking weak.
Well, he's on the sidelines for now, but because he sucks so bad, he's going to be back any minute.
Oh, and they're going for the Roshan, sponsored by Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce Roshan.
As he zooms across the map, as you can do too in a Rolls-Royce. Any big item pickups, guys? Anyone spot anything? This gyrocopter has an Aghanim scepter, Greg.
He just needs this BKB to get in there, but even after that, he's gonna get sucked. I just can't see an avenue for him to get some good damage in.
It is a unique strategy from this race. You're sucking players off mid-game, but it disarms them, and they don't know what's going on.
Some people said it had no place in organized sport, but those folks is wrong. It's 2023.
I just admire any strategy to win. You know, they'll do anything to win. That's what sets this team apart.
That's what sports is all about, gentlemen. If I suck up another man to win, I suck up another man to win.
And doing it in front of such a grand audience that we have.
Juking and jiving, shucking and sucking. That's what it is. That's the modern game. You gotta adjust or you're gonna get left behind.
Picks Up the Ages, sponsored by Chipotle.
I do love a good Chipotle.
Lasts you 5 minutes and you shit it out. They go for this high ground push. I mean, gentlemen, anything you guys want to say before this momentous occasion happens?
It's gonna be as spicy as Worcestershire sauce. That's what I know.
I think you mean Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
That's my favorite.
All I know is it ain't as good as that damn Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Cholula.
And again, without this blink on the center, a defense is going to be hard. They're going to have to just run themselves in. Once again, not allowing
His
for
charge
that.
just seems to be wasting time here. He needs to get some items going, but he's not getting them standing here.
He maybe is getting forced by his team to defend. But again, without this blink
And
down
he
there,
goes! The running back's in! That's a big stun on 3! Landing blast! Catches them all! Big trouble! What a turnaround! It ain't over till it's over! Evil Teddy trying to buy some space, but Cool Llama's gonna get out. Evil Teddy's still real low. He might pick up a kill on the back line on Hunter. Can they get him? Rucketman misses. You gotta pick up those shots. Down the
Greg,
field.
that was a beautiful play. You want to run that one through again?
I would love to, but that was just so beyond my years of experience. I don't even know what fully happened.
It looks like this Viper might still be getting down. This Teddy player feeling himself. 1v4 scenario. The support's not with their core. Ron, I can't help but feel that's a mistake.
Oh, he might suffer for this if he gets too confident, though. They do have damage
Indeed.
between.
I can't understand
with an
why
A
no
pass.
skill was stolen by He Who Hungers here. That makes no sense.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I gave up some time ago when he just died. He paid the price.
I mean, we've seen trouble from these Ruby players in the past. They just can't seem to get the grasp of it at this level.
You think maybe the Glimmer K pickup, missing it out with the Aether Lens. Another thing I've got to mention, them not playing around their quarterback. He's gonna go down. That's 50 seconds without the quarterback. What are the linebackers?
I gotta say, that was an insane last minute there from Evil Teddy.
I agree.
Evil Teddy just sacking the quarterback there and taking it in for a six-point turnaround.
And they're looking for a touchdown in the top lane.
With the 6th pick from Evil Teddy.
Team did not waste any time. They got back up.
Teddy's going in again. That's a good ice path. Hunter in trouble. He's going back up. Here comes a blast. He's going to catch them all. That's huge. They might pick up Evil Teddy. He's okay. Sendor on the chase, but he's real low.
He still has his scream if he wants to jump back in. We've seen this quarterback screaming at the opposition, terrifying them.
It's like that time I went to Africa and I met that tribe. It was a fantastic journey, but all they did was scream at me. I was terrified for my life.
Strange place, that Africa. I've never been.
What the fuck?
Africa, sponsored by Africa.
That was very interesting.
Africa, sponsored by Europe, actually.
Sponsored by China.
Sponsored by China. Recently, yes.
These days. That's Africa, brought to you by China.
Brought to you by China. And there's a double damage in the river. It's gonna run out soon. Not gonna find it.
I tell you one thing, it does show that this team is not infallible. Badlads do have an opportunity if they land a good ice blast.
We saw that at Centaur getting to walk in as the team not able to get out in time despite the double force staff. they choked the enemy in their final 20 yards.
Big news for this gyrocopter. The BKB's coming out in just 5 gold.
That's a big item timing on the end of the fourth quarter. Can he turn it around, Messi?
Messi!
God. Do you know if Americans still use gold? I thought that
Messi!
thing got disappeared.
Messi!
Fuck these days.
He gets the goal score!
He's inevitable, Messi. Once again, they're walking forward. This break in the bristleback proving very tricky. An ice blast there could have been trouble, but AA standing too far back.
Well, I think that standing back is a tactical play. He's waiting for the big one.
I would love to
wombo
see,
combo.
would love to see
Sponsored
this
by
team
Whoppers.
pick up a gem and look for the
Sponsored
third goal.
by Jerry's Whoppers. Dairy Queen brings you this update on the net worth. Razor still in the lead, going for a butterfly. Then there's Queen of Pain. She's closing in on her own BKB. It don't look like she's needed so far. She's 10 deuce and 11. And then we got Bristleback. He's got that Aghanim Scepter. He's working on a BKB of his own. Not going for that Bloodstone build, which has been popular, but I think it's still pretty good.
You have to think with this AA blast and this Viper break, the BKB might help him more than the heals. And this tower on the top lane looking very low, this yard sign on the third down. Can they get it? Or are they going to wait for an Aegis? Sponsored by
I think they might get it, but what can they capitalize afterwards? I do not think they will hang about. I think they will scurry off like
Nice
little
jump,
chickens.
Alistair!
Think so too.
Clavicin
No
bel
blink.
gifted Monam 0 ora subscription.
I love me some chicken
Clavicin
too.
bel gifted
Dragon.
Tier
That's
1
a
super
stun right
Dragon.
there! He's going to get 3! AA Blast is
That's a
coming
big
in!
chunky A blast.
Here comes
flying
AA
in.
Blast!
Messi.
Gets out.
Daff,
Oh, but
Daff
this
is
guy
lived!
looking very low.
In goes Quap! This is trouble!
Quap is doing so much work. As the
There's a
tower
stolen
goes
ice
down.
path!
Nice
Turn it
ice
around!
path.
Cool Llama!
But this
Ruben
could
goes
be it.
down!
Oh, this Razor
Savage
is
goes
doing a
down.
lot of
3
work.
down,
Come
4
back, get
down.
fired from Messi. Big
Messi!
buyback.
Messi!
Now they need to hot out that
Coach
right out
is
of there.
spending on 4 subs here.
4 subs
quick
brought
subs.
on in this fourth quarter, late in the game, in the red zone, at the
They could
final
beat subs
touchdown,
injured.
9th inning, and they bring up their reserve closer pitcher. The closer comes in. He eyes the opposing batter. He thumbs the rosin bag,
Regeneration.
and he puts a fastball right down the middle. That's strike 3.
You have to
And that
wonder.
fastball has caused to need to back off. They didn't know they weren't expecting
Oh,
that.
that's a lot of bounty runes by Messi.
My
Well,
lord!
why they pay
Bounty
him
Rangers
big
go
bucks?
sponsored by Bounty Chocolate Bar.
Bounty bars. If you like coconuts, you'll love bounty bars.
And guys, I love a good bounty bar. Let me tell you.
Absolutely. I mean, Brian, I've got 10 right here.
Yeah, bounty bar sponsored by Twix. Oh, and this is potentially getting caught out, but no blink on the centaur. It means they have no catch.
It's infuriating.
They're looking to do their tormentor now. A good objective. But you gotta think, Boshan is respawning in 14 seconds. With Badlands ready to go, this could be a time to shine.
Well, I got a
Badlands.
stat for you guys, brought to you by Kit Kat. Since about the 13th minute of this game, way before we went into the red zone and overtime, the Radiant team have been on 90% to win, 90% or better for the last 20 minutes. That's tough. How do you coach a team to in a situation like this, Jerry? How do you coach a team to handle that kind of pressure? Greg, how do you
Greg.
Sorry, I'm thinking of my ESPN broadcast on a Tuesday.
Jerry's on the touchline. He's in the studio actually after the
Can
game.
we go live to Jerry? Jerry, what's the feeling down there on the pitch side?
Well, I'm Jerry, and I do think the team is trying to get hard. Back to you as I spot a gyrocopter. Ron, you gotta think that's great insight from Jerry
Yeah, I mean, we love Jerry over here.
in the studio.
Thank you, Jerry. Sponsored by hot dogs.
Sponsored by pizza.
Sponsored by Eaton. Not the school, the pastime.
And it feels good to have a lot of sponsors as they take out these racks.
Dyer's
This is their last set of subs on Badlands. With Roshan up, Roshan is not up for a minute. I mean, that's a mistake on my end.
Yeah, we got the wrong graphic on the screen. I'm sorry.
They're gonna have to wait later to make that play. And it seems like they're gonna have to dig deep here, guys.
Now, Ron, what do you think about this Rucketman who's playing the Viper? He is one of their star players, but he has been sacked more than any player on this team.
He sucked ass.
Frankly,
Yes,
I have to agree with Teddy here. I mean, he had a free lane versus the Quap, absolutely golden matchup, and he threw it all away. I just can't. I don't know what compelled him to do that.
I think the coach made a great play with the Quap, knowing that he would have done well with it.
Sometimes you gotta trust your linebackers, you know? It ain't always about tactics and strategy. Sometimes you just gotta pick yourself up and get out there. Sponsored by Burger King.
And you're right. And if Burger King teaches us anything, it's that
never give up.
never give up. And winning is better than losing.
Poor old Burger King. They should just be called Burger. Burger Duke.
Burger Duke.
Maybe Burger Earl. But they ain't no Burger King.
Sure, I've had Deuces which are bigger than their burgers.
Burger Deuce. That could be their new name.
We have a smoke sponsored by Mountain Dew. They're looking for the opposition, but can't.
Sponsored by Marlboro. Marlboro, surely.
Sponsored by Marlboro.
Brought to you by Camel Cigarettes. A smooth Carolina smoke like
Lucky
no
strike.
other.
I think this Radiant team should look for this Roshan to allow him to break the final 20 yards of the Badland pitch. If this
Badland
Badland...
going to go for it. Roshan, not even looking the opposition, has no idea what's going to come for him here.
Oh, and there's an AA blast being thrown out to the bottom row. They don't realize that's not where he is at the moment.
That's just that's a coaching error right there. That's a coaching error.
That's a bit of a rookie move there.
This is a new team, you know. That's the kind of miscommunication you get from new team. All of the boys are still getting to know each other and such, and that's just embarrassing. That's going to be on all the highlight reels this week. I'll tell you what.
He threw the Hail Mary, but there was no one there, and it looks like it's going to be a turnover. Ron, back to you.
Yeah, I mean, a complete misplay there from Kxavic. I mean, he's had absolutely awful game this game. I don't know what's happened. The coach obviously said something at the halftime point, and it's just not stuck with him at all.
And there's a Hex picked up on this Quap. I think the coach might have said, please buy a Hex this game. And he's done it. Now with this Aegis, sponsored by Chipotle, and the cheese, sponsored by Babybel, they're going to make a push for the high ground.
Babybel? Sponsored by Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Oh,
we did have Kraft sponsoring us last game, but we had a change of sponsors at the end of the last game.
You know what? That's my bad. I forgot about the Kraft sponsorship. Babybel has given us some money to announce one time, but from now on, it's going to be back to Kraft.
Sponsored by the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, they love their cheese heads over there. As we see a tentative moment in the end of the fourth quarter.
Brian, do you see any way for the Badlads to come back into this?
I think a big AA blast might help alleviate a lot of their momentum. Maybe a Centaur stun as well. But it's up to this Gyrocopter bird. I don't know what you think, Greg, but he's going to have to put the team on his back.
Well, I think he does have the possibility. But I do not think that a Satanic is the way to do it. Now, if he'd gone straight down the rapier lane, I can see some big hits coming out here and some
the rapier, Greg?
Untrick going in here.
They fork out the
What?
Mistimed. God, you hate to see it.
They get nothing.
They get nothing.
They get goddamn nothing.
And now
his coach is furious on the sidelines.
Team gets a free kick right outside the penalty box.
Messi!
Messi going in. Messi, that's Messi. Takes out the tier 3 tower.
There's a big blast.
Oh, big AA
Catches
blast. Oh, but Centaur is down, and this man with the cheese, he looks unstoppable. They are getting a bit low.
A lot of damage
though.
coming out. They're
They do
very
have to
low.
be careful here.
Well, he doesn't get the cheese off. It's a big misplay. And now...
And Daf
oh,
goes down as well.
Daf.
Can they get Cool Llama out? I don't think so.
There's a lot of low heroes in the team, though. This Rubik looking low.
Oh,
The
what
Hex
an
turnaround
ice-
from Teddy!
Messi.
Great ice path! They're gonna pick
Oh.
up 2 more!
The coach might need to bring on more subs here. This is getting a bit out of hand.
It looks like more subs are going to have to get brought on.
They're getting warmed up, and there they come. On
They
they
might have
come.
tried to take out these buildings, though, and then get out. A risky move, but without a Centaur buyback or without a blink on any heroes. Gotta wonder, what is this team doing? Rubik, no
Going
blink.
for more here. This is insane
This
counters.
is
They're gonna get the
unprecedented.
gyro.
They've recognized the mistake from the other team. They get the kill. They're not looking joint, like well-oiled team. Teddy, what do you think about what's just happened?
I've been sick of my mouth a couple of times watching this game. It's just no coordination. There's no heart. There ain't no team play. They ain't fighting for it. And if I was the fans is booing. They're throwing peanuts on the field. They're not happy. I wouldn't be happy neither. I'd be wanting my $16 back. I tell you what.
Yeah, I hate to see a wasted
I mean, you
peanut.
talk about $16, but I'm sure Badlads won this 42k net worth lead back that they've given away.
The odds, $42,000. That's a lot of dollars riding on their victory.
You turn up on a Wednesday night hoping for an easy game. Let me tell you, Badlads thought they could walk their way through this game. And have showed them. Sponsored by M&M's. That there ain't no easy games. You got to bring your A game. You can't just walk through it and hope for an attaboy at the other end. You got to try your best. They ain't doing that.
They're looking for their final push. Still got the Kraft cheese on this Razor.
I mean, this franchise is in trouble already. They might be moving to Phoenix.
It's worth noting this Ogre with
There's
a
a
heart
big-
as this AA blast on
That's a
three.
huge blast! Can they get anything from it? They don't even get. They get the ogre. They get the ogre, but the gyro's down. His hex. That's it. That's gotta be it.
That's gotta be game. As
The
this,
the coach is looking disappointed. He's gone down the tunnel.
and that's gotta be it. And it's a GG called touchdown.
One thing I will say is they put in one hell of a defense compared to the last game.
Nice jump, Alistair.
What?
Ibideri
That
just
was a very
resubbed
close
for
game.
months.
A lot, well, ish close. Closer than the last one.
Jesus.
Final thoughts. Final thoughts, Ron. What do you think?
I mean, are looking crazy strong going through the next game. I don't know who they're playing next, but they gotta do their homework.
I agree. Teddy, any thoughts?
I thought that was goddamn shameful.
I concur. And of course, Greg, the final say, world champion 3 times, Greg. What do you think? Do they have what it takes?
Well, I think based off that performance, they have definitely got the possibility to go all the way. Now, I'm hoping that their opponent Stinky's coach, he comes a bit more prepared, because that was just an abysmal performance.
I agree. Good final thoughts. It's a tough game for the Badlands to swallow. As we go back to the studio, that's been it from us. Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
guys.
Oh, thank God, we need to go for a pee. Be right back.
Asher, can you move me to the team?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, tell him bollock him. I guess we go to light work, and then Plague will join us for the 9:30.
My lord, I've rarely had that much fun.
I'm moving to light work.